Sit your beautiful buttocks down. And this is it. Episode 20-something. 24?
Four? I think.
I think it is. Losing count. No, you know you're doing well when you're losing count. We are still recording, even though there were shenanigans.
Yep.
I no longer own a working functional camera.
God damn. Yeah, they won't know about any of that. Oh, no, they will. Some of them will see your story.
Oh, yeah, if you see my stories. So we're actually recording this episode for YouTube on a G7X Mark II. Is it Mark IIs? Or is it Mark 5? No, the 5s was the Sony's. This is the G7X, Lex G7X, which is your little handheld one. Because I, really intelligently, smashed my Canon EOS R by letting it roll off the back of my motorbike onto not only a floor, but a floor full of big stones.
Yeah, gravel.
Smashed the entire back screen off it.
Yeah.
Smashed the back doors off it.
I was like, my sat nav took me somewhere fucking weird. So I phoned up Lex and I was like, how you doing, mate? You alright? And he's just like,
context, we were both going to the Burning Barn distillery to do something very cool, which was to bottle, seal, wax, seal, and then sign our very own limited edition.
Yes, put the stickers on and everything. We went through the whole process.
Versions of the Burning Barn's latest and it's exclusive limited line.
Yeah, there's less than 300 bottles.
Beer barrel finished vanilla spiced rum, which is live on the website now if you want to check it out. Actually, did we sort out the discount with them?
We never finalised things with the discount, but the discount wouldn't apply to the new one.
It wouldn't apply to that one anyway. So yeah, if you want to go on there and check out their latest limited edition, we've had a sneaky sip.
Oh, it was very good. We are working on some kind of a discount for you guys with Burning Barn too. So it's not been finalised yet, but
they've said 100%.
Yeah, they said we're going to do it. They're just working out like how to actually do
the numbers,
set it up, basically.
Let me turn this stupid thing off. How is it that they can make because we record off an app? The app, if the phone goes to sleep, the app shuts down. Like, how dumb is that?
It is.
And you've got no choice to make it run in the background either. So dodo-y. Anyway, sorted. There you go. Come on, you hold.
We're going to open it up.
We'll see that there.
Yeah, so it was an eventful week, really.
Yeah, so I smashed, X thousand pounds worth of camera. Then that's getting fixed, getting sent off anyway. It's an expensive brain fart, but at least it's fixable.
Yeah.
In theory. They've got to get it yet and fix it, but it looks fixable.
I was going to say, it's like the actual body of the camera is okay.
Fine,
it's literally like the little flappy screen.
What's worse, I had a lens on there worth about $2,000. Yeah. And that, luckily, I think what happened is I didn't see, all I heard was from behind me, the crunch. Yeah. And then my soul left my body. Yeah. I hadn't even started filming. I was literally waiting for you to turn up. Yeah. So I was filming like little B-roll. I just had this dumb idea. I put it on the back of the bike and thought, I'll just film myself getting off the bike. At no point did I think the slightest knock is going to knock this camera off the back of your bike, you idiot. Yeah. So what happened? Straight away, fell off the bike. Because I've been using GoPros on the bikes and I just had a complete moment of complacency. Yeah. And just utter idiocy. Just live and learn. But it'll make me not do it again, I'll tell you that.
100% it will, yeah. And like you said, you should have brought the camera that you
should have brought the camera we're now filming on. And I thought that the entire time in the morning, but I had my own ego for editing.
You wanted like the best camera.
I wanted the best lens, best camera. And didn't need it.
No, not at all.
Didn't need it.
It was super cool though, wasn't it?
Very cool.
Really, really interesting seeing behind the scenes.
So yeah, it was hard to see through the tears in my eyes.
Well, obviously, he did stop crying right towards the end.
Just towards the end.
When he finished a couple of bottles.
When I drowned my sorrows. Just lying in the vat. Of rum. Yeah. We said eventually one day we're gonna do our own like CREWCast limited edition, and the way that it's gonna be different is because we're going to sit in a vat for like 3 weeks, and then it'll get infused with us. With our scent. Yeah. You will be able to drink our man scents.
Yeah. So yeah. We're working on that. We're gonna have to find a way of getting past.
I can see it being a huge
food hygiene standards.
Do you imagine? So here's the barrel we've meant it in. Hiya.
All right, guys. Surely the alcohol's gonna kill any
just
bacteria
like
anyway.
In it, just swilling, gargling it, spitting it back in. What? It's alcohol. Yeah. There's no bacteria. What are you on about? It's clean. Yeah.
And then the state that we'd be in after soaking in alcohol.
I wonder how long, even if you stayed in it for an hour, I wonder how much it would mess you up if you sat in a vat. 70%
really bad, wouldn't it? Yeah, it really fuck your skin up. Because like
people get wrinkly in the shower after 20 minutes.
Well, people get like really dried, cracked skin from using all the hand gel that they're using, the alcohol gel. So imagine
that stuff's grim.
I know. So imagine just bathing in that permanently. Ooh. You would just turn into a crisp.
You'd miss Mr. Burns. He'd be Mr. Burns.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Burns with long hair. Which is another thing. Oh, so let's before we get carried away and the ice melts.
Yeah.
Let's open the crew chest.
Yeah.
Which is what. Yeah, we've had suggestions for what to call this.
Yeah, someone said, let's call it the crew chest.
So we now have the crew chest in the centre of the table, which we're going to open up and show you this delicious Burning Barn limited edition rum. And it is a sexy looking bottle. You can take it out because I can't really reach from you.
Oh, that's fine. And this is wax sealed as well.
We wax sealed this. This is done by Lou's own hand.
Yep.
Which is why it's terrible.
Exactly.
No, you did really well actually. It's quite clean.
It looks really nice. This one does. This is
honestly. So it's the same bottle as the honey. So we've originally, if you remember, had the Burning Barn honey and rum, which is it's like 30-odd%.
Yes.
This one is
54.5%.
Boom.
Yeah.
Sorry for your ears there, people. That was a big peak, but boom.
Yeah.
That's gunpowder proof level.
Yep.
Is it 54.5?
54.5.
Do you know what? That must be the upper limit you're allowed to make, because that's what gunpowder proof was, 54.5, which is very odd.
Well, I know that he said that he got it in at like 58, I think.
That's not bad. I thought they got me in at 70.
No, I'm sure he said it was high 50s, and then obviously you lose a little bit of alcohol in that process, and that's what it came out at. And he said obviously we had the choice to dilute it, and because that's what most of them do, they do get diluted. But he said you lost so much of the flavour, and
also when they're not, you can drink less of this if you want that relaxed feel of an alcoholic drink.
Yeah.
You need less, which means your limited edition stuff lasts longer.
Yeah. So with it as well, so they're all bottled and labelled up and batch numbered, and on these ones we've signed them as well. So they're super, super rare. So out of the 300, there's only 3 that we've actually done that to as well.
One for me and one for you guys.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Someone's going to get it.
So we have actually the one to give away to you guys. Now, have we decided how we're going to give this away?
So I think what we said before.
See on YouTube, he's got them both up.
I've got both of them here. So we are going to get some comments in the YouTube channel. We're going to get some subscribers on the YouTube channel.
So you have to do, definitely, there's 2 things that you need to do, okay? One is be subscribed to Spotify, the play on there. Go to CREWCast on Spotify and subscribe there, and iTunes. So iTunes and Spotify are the main 2. If you have Amazon and stuff like that, we'll check those.
Yeah.
Maybe, you reckon? But we're going to focus on Spotify and iTunes because most people are on those, aren't they? Also, you need to be subscribed to the CREWCast YouTube channel. And when once you're there, just leave a comment in this video. Yep. Just put one saying, waxy titty bum bums.
I think, hold on, what did you say? You said Burning Barn insurance claim.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Yeah. Can we have, which will make sense when you see the video. So, yeah, comment. Yeah, so if you want to be in with a chance to win this bottle, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow our CREWCast on Spotify and iTunes.
I'll say or, because it's like not
Is anybody on Amazon?
No, I was going to say, but not everyone will have. So, people will either have Spotify or
iTunes or Spotify. We will go.
I think if you just sort of subscribe to any, because thinking about it, not everyone's going to have Spotify either. A lot of people just listen to this with CREWCast, but like just
platforms. The more platforms you're on, because we'll pick it from one of them.
Yeah, exactly. The more entries, the more chance you've got.
Main basically. 3: Spotify, iTunes, YouTube.
Yeah.
Mainly, if you're not on YouTube, get on there because it's fun, and leave the comment in the comment section.
You're going to put this up on like an Instagram post as well?
Yes, I'll put it up on Insta Stories as well. So this on the same day you're listening to this on the Monday, Insta Stories will be up there with the instructions.
I'm going to show everyone the little sign bit at the bottom. If you're watching on YouTube, up to
the camera, this is where we'll see the difference between a little handheld and that. I don't know if it'll low light it. So there's a little white label on the bottom there, and we've both signed it, but I wouldn't mess with it because we're kind of in focus, and I haven't used this camera a ton.
No, that's fine. Now the rest of the video is going to be out of focus because
that's it. Yeah, the whole rest of it. Now we're okay. We're cool. Ooh, we look deliciously tanned still.
Do we?
Which is good because I haven't really been out in the sun that much. Oh no, I did 3 days ago. It's been sunny. It's been lovely. I wonder. We've got a massive thunderstorm going on outside at the moment. Super grey and very rainy. But there you go. So that's wonderful. We're going to also be having a giveaway for more rum with from last week, where we obtained was it last week we obtained
the week before?
The week before.
Yeah, the last week was bad.
Last week's one was that disgusting mess of a rum
Red
that you
leg.
brought in. Red leg pineapple rum. Disgusting. Never ever buy it. If you enjoy that rum, just understand you're wrong as a human being and your life has taken a wrong turn.
And if there is a hell, you go in there.
Yes, yeah. And it'd be full of awful pineapple rum. Right.
So you'd probably love it.
So you'll love it, yeah. So you're all good. So when the origin of the crew chest, well, obviously, it came when we were delightfully delivered a Pirate's Grog bottle by my buddy Lee.
Yeah.
In this specialist chest. And Pirate's Grog have been in contact.
Yeah.
And they want to do a giveaway for you guys. And we're actually going to be giving away 6 bottles of rum.
Yeah.
So 2 bottles to 3 winners
is
what we're going to be giving away.
Nice.
That will be done probably next week. So you need to keep an eye on my Instagram, Lex_fitness. Keep an eye on Lewis's Instagram, which is Lewis and then a word you'll never be able to spell.
I don't even know what my Instagram is.
Lewis Majid.
Is it just my name?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
LEWISMAJID.
Yeah, it'll pop up. If you just type that in search, it'll pop up. Keep an eye on there, stories, and check it out, because there'll be all the opportunities to win it. So 3 of you will win 2 bottles, and we had the 13-year-old aged rum, and it is delicious. Yeah. There is very little of that bottle left downstairs.
Yeah,
very little. We went through it. So yes, that was pretty cool. So I mean, this just for a little podcast, we're starting to get some stuff to give to you guys back. And every time we do get these little things, we always do it in terms of we don't want stuff. We want stuff to be able to give to you guys because we appreciate all the love and the support, especially to many of you super loyal question givers that are always on every week.
Talking of super loyal question givers, actually, shall I pour this first?
Yes, because your ice is slowly much. Should we drink? Yeah. No. I'd say leave the water in.
Yeah.
So this is 54.5%, so it's really strong, but the punchy flavours. Now, I was riding a motorbike and crying about a broken camera. Lewis was driving a car and laughing about a broken camera. So we couldn't drink too much.
Yeah, we had a little sample.
When we were there, so we literally had a sample neat and warm.
Yeah.
Now, we were advised to drink this on the rocks, let it sit, because it's so punchy that the slight dilution from the ice will bring out even more flavour, and it was delicious.
Yeah, it was really nice. So he did say that like you can kind of make your choice whether you have it neat or whether you have it slightly diluted, because that will just change the flavour profile.
Yeah.
But so
I think this will be nice.
You'll get more out of it, because obviously at 54.5%, like that can do with a little bit of watering down. That's probably a little bit high for a lot of people.
But I think this will be even better with a little bit of... Oh, it was a good pop.
It was a good pop.
That'll be even better.
You know why it was a good pop? Because I put the cork in.
Yeah, you did.
Yep.
That's so fun, yeah. I can't believe we got to do that.
I know.
It's a sick little place. So we went to this place, and I was expecting it to be on some industrial estate. We ended up on some apple orchard.
Oh, mate, it was...
And gorgeous. It was in this gorgeous little place. It's a glugger. It's a glugger. It is this beautiful land that was owned by his parents, where they had an apple orchard and farming areas. And there was an original barn there which did legitimately burn down. And from the ashes and the subsequent insurance claim,
which he definitely
didn't do. They took them out. He left the army, came out, and just, this is what I love about it. It seems that people who do crazy things in terms of just going ballsy with something are drawn to other people that do similar things. So obviously our careers are quite weird and risky and whatnot, not of the norm.
Yeah.
And this guy was exactly the same, came out of the army, possibly one of the most stringent and regimented professions you could be in.
Yeah.
Came out and just thought, barn's burnt down, what can we do? Let's build a rum distillery.
Yeah.
And all he'd had experience of doing before was brewing beer.
So they'd done some beer brewing, and they were also making toffee apples. So that's how the fire started. So there was a malfunction with one of the machines,
that was it,
which was like basically heating the sugar. So there was lots of melting sugar, which if you don't know is highly flammable.
Very hot.
With also then hundreds of kilograms of bags of sugar surrounding it. So then the barn fully went up. And where was it? What did they have to do? I can't remember. He told us something. It was like
that was it. So there was so much smoke, right? So it's relatively close to Birmingham Airport. So they occasionally get it is on a flight path of some of the larger jets.
Yeah.
And the plume of smoke was so high into the sky and so dense, they had to redirect planes going to the airport. Yeah. That was quite cool.
Yeah, it was cool. Cause a fucking nightmare.
Yeah, literally caused a traffic jam in the sky.
Yeah. But this one is like, so when we tried it, it might taste a little bit different this time around because of the ice. But for me, like, I love kind of stouts and porter beers, like very dark beers, and this is what it's been in a barrel with. And damn,
you could see it. It looks like a stout.
Yeah,
almost.
You could really taste that kind of porter or
but then it has
kind
the
of
vanilla
flavor
to balance out any of that kind of bitterness that will come through.
Yeah, you've got some sweetness with it too as well. Like,
but
honestly,
we could taste chocolate, I swear, when we had it first.
Yeah, there's like a chocolatey flavour.
It hits the front of your tongue when we had it neat. It just hit the front of our tongue. And the only way I can describe it was zero heat and just this smoothness coated your tongue. It was a smooth taste. It was weird.
This was...
So let's try it.
So when we had this one,
this
was my favourite, I think.
Yeah, you said that immediately off the bat. You were like, I think it's my favourite. And that's saying a lot because Bamboo...
Yeah, Bamboo was up there.
Top of yours. So cheers, mate. Happy Friday.
Cheers, bud.
Happy Monday to all you people listening.
Yeah. Just to confuse everyone.
Oh, it's as good as I remember. So you put that in your mouth, and immediately what you get is a soft sweetness at the front of your tongue, which I can kind of, if you think of like a dark chocolate that's not, maybe a 70% dark chocolate kind of sweetness, so not overly sweet but very smooth. Yeah. Immediately spices down both sides of the tongue, and then now a residual heat coming over the back of my tongue and a little bit up at the roof of my mouth, but literally stopping at my back teeth, not coming forward. And it just sits there. That heat sits there, and it's warming my chest now that it's gone down as well.
Considering that it's so strong, that goes down
so really smooth. So smooth.
If I was gonna say, because I like so many stouts, and that is a thing that I drink a lot. That's like my beer of choice.
So the aftertaste for me is the beer.
Yeah,
I get that. That sits on the back corners of my tongue. I've got the taste of once that beer's gone down, and then you get that little like the head of the beer aftertaste, like on a bitter. Almost.
Yeah,
that's what I've got on the back of my tongue.
100%. I really like that.
I like the heat from it.
It combines like two of my favourite types of alcohol, basically, and then you've got that vanilla sweetness, then that chocolate.
So the vanilla is what must create that chocolatey tone against the other spices and beer flavour in there, because there's no chocolate in it.
Yeah, you were saying as well.
You're saying you get that sometimes.
Yeah, like when you put 2 and 2 together, so you mix X flavour profiles with Y rum, it doesn't always come out as you would think. You get these unusual kind of things that crop up, and like you can definitely tell that because it's so chocolatey, considering that there's nothing in there that should indicate that. And also the beer company that they worked with, what's it called, like Die Brew. So I'm sure that's a Birmingham-based brewing company as well.
All local stuff then.
And I think, if I remember right, he said, so obviously they've done their limited run of kind of beer barrel finished rum, but Die Brew are going to have a rum-infused beer as well. So it's gone both ways.
I don't like beer, but that sounds good.
Well, the place that's right around the corner from me, that our members own, the Hop Vault, that does all the specialist beers and craft beers and things like that, they have some of that brand in there. So I'll stick my head in.
Summer fun. We need to get some beers, go camping in the woods, make a fire, drink whiskey.
Yeah. And then turns into like a horror film.
I've got some. I just have to go to
Blair
run faster than you. That's it. And hopefully yours.
Oh, that's not hard. I don't run
yet to run quick.
Yeah, I don't run.
I've got my classic BMW, that K75, which is I'm gonna have to strip her down and put a new clutch and gearbox in her. I think she's going to be my mechanical achievement of the year, because I've never done anything that deep before.
Yeah.
But once she's done, I've got this jerry can that's been converted.
Yes,
so it's a jerry can. I'm going to have a mount built for the side of the bike, and the jerry can opens up at the front, and it's been hollowed. Well, it was already hollowed out, but it's been reinvented internally to hold 2 whiskey glasses, a whiskey bottle, 2 cigars, some cigarettes / joints. I said that the wrong way around. I should have gone cigarettes / joints. I do it the wrong way around.
Joints. I mean joints.
It's like with parents. Oh, somebody just shut the fucking BABY up. Oh, no, wait, hang on. So tired. I can't even get it right. And I want to strap that to the side of that bike, tent on the back, pannier on the other side with some little bit of kit in it, knives and stuff like that for cooking, and then just ride off camp to a campsite and do some cool stuff, or just up to the top of a massive hill.
Well, we haven't spoken about it at all. So obviously last weekend we did the CREWCast. We recorded the CREWCast a bit early because on the Friday I was off taking one of our coaches to do the 3 peaks in 24 hours. So if you
unfortunately, Jake died.
Yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
Yeah.
But he raised some money.
Yeah, killed over.
And they ate him.
Yeah.
You ate him.
Oh yeah, I ate him. I was on. I'm tracking everything on MyFitnessPal, and I wasn't going to hit my macros, so I needed a bit more protein.
Shocking that human meat is on MyFitnessPal.
Yeah, I know. Very strange. Specifically, Jake meat as well. It's like they knew. Very weird.
What would be the best bit of a human to eat, do you reckon?
Glutes.
Do you think? You don't think it'd be really like tough and sinewy?
Depends whose glutes.
Yeah. I think if you minced the quad, that'd be quite nice.
I think things like calves wouldn't be great.
Nah, they're going to be tough.
Yeah, forearms, calves, not great.
Too tense.
What's like? I think pecs potentially.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe a bit
pec,
of titty,
because like a pec doesn't get heavily used in everyday life, so I imagine it's a relatively relaxed. Yeah. Like you obviously can get tight pecs, but normally it's not as prone to tightness. So I imagine that's going to be a looser muscle.
Like a back strip, you know, like this, you get the back strip on a buck.
Yeah,
and that's like one of the prime cuts. Do you reckon ours is as well? Down that back, there's trapping to that rear.
I don't know. I think that because there's so much tightness that's there. I imagine
there must be in the back of a deer, surely, like that.
I don't know.
The back strap, they call it, don't they?
Yeah, back strap. I'm not sure.
That thing constantly walking and wandering.
I definitely would say glute, because like how many people are prone to like lazy glutes that are just like not that active.
It'd just be like veal.
Yeah, literally just like you'd roast that and it'd just fall apart.
So
I'm actually getting hungry,
going for the run. I'm actually like,
that's fucking
go for a bit of rump right about now.
Honestly, we're not cannibals.
Although given the opportunity,
can you hear the guy screaming in the background?
Shut up, Dave.
So anyway, so if you don't know what the National Three Peaks Challenge, if you're not in the UK, so basically in the UK we've got Scotland, Wales, England,
big giant mountains, Ben Nevis,
the biggest mountains in Scotland, biggest mountain in Wales,
proper mountains here. You know these Canadians or anyone going like, you don't know mountain. Yeah, that's not a Canadian accent, but
yeah. So I think total was like 10,000 feet is the total of the three of them, if I remember right. And basically you need to do that within 24 hours, and that includes the drive from Scotland to Wales to England. You can't. Or the other way around. So
there's no breaks.
And basically, started at Ben Nevis in Scotland, then went down into England for Scafell Pike or Scarfell Pike. I'm not sure.
That's quite a quick one, isn't it, Scarfell?
Yeah, so it's
aggressive.
So it's the shortest one, but it's up. Just there's no let up on it. It's literally just straight up, and it's dangerous as well because there's really just sheer rocks.
Yeah.
And then over into Wales for Snowdon,
which is beautiful.
I really want to do Ben Nevis now, so I just drove them.
Yeah.
Because obviously you got to do it in 24 hours. So if you're walking and then you've got like 5-6 hours driving in between, you don't get to sleep, which is quite obviously dangerous then being on the road for so long.
Did you nap when they were going up it?
So I got about 2 hours sleep when they did Scafell, because like basically started at Ben Nevis, which was the longest one for them to do, but it was in the middle of the day, so I didn't need to sleep. I wasn't tired at all. Then they got back, drove back into England, got to Scafell for it was about 11:30, 11:45 at night.
Yeah.
So then they did that walk at night. So by the time I'd parked up, got ready, had some food, got to bed.
Seen Pornhub full screen.
Yeah, Pornhub full screen. Had a wank, finished, had a fag. Did a few lines of coke, then tried to get to sleep.
then went to sleep.
then went to sleep. So basically, after I'd eaten, tried to get to sleep. But they managed to do Scafell in like 3 hours, 15 minutes.
Damn, that's quick.
So basically, I got maybe like 2 hours sleep. Then had like a 5-hour drive to Snowdon, which was through the morning. They got to Snowdon like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. I can't remember exactly. And then did that one. And by that point, it had got light again, so I wasn't sleeping.
Yeah.
But like,
so you had 2 hours sleep.
Yeah, but again, like I used to do shit like that with my old job. And also, they worked it out from their house all the way around, then back to their house was 1,200 miles.
Whose car did you drive that in?
Jake's car.
Oh, poor thing.
And so people didn't know this.
His car massively.
Well, he's getting rid of it. So he's having this issue with his car where it randomly just cuts out.
Safe?
Yeah, it literally just the engine cuts off. So several times on the drive, the engine would just cut off.
We're just clutching and reignition it.
Yeah. And you'd sometimes have to do it like a few times to get it going again. So you're just rolling. Power steering goes off. So you're like,
oh my god, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What car is it?
It's a Golf. It's not an old car.
Nobody buy a Golf. I remember him at Golf. It's not old.
No, and he really looked after it. But he took it in because he was like, "Fuck, we need to get this sorted." And they've run diagnostics on it. Obviously, they plug it in and they can't find anything.
You're lying.
Yeah, they can't find anything wrong with it, and it's not doing it when they're there. Because, like, to be fair, we drove the whole 6 hours up to Scotland, no worries. I think we did. Yeah, we did Ben Nevis, no worries, and it was in between Ben Nevis and Scafell. Like
on the motorway or Wiggly roads, because if you're on Wigglies and that happens, you are dead.
Yeah, it was on Wigglies.
Fuck.
But fortunately, it was just happened in good places. Really.
Imagine on a bend, it just cuts out, power steering goes. Boom.
Yeah, but like I was aware of it, and so there was basically, the feeling when you kind of hit a puddle and you feel the wheels like cramping, and you kind of feel that like spinning but no traction. It would do that a few times beforehand, so you'd know it's coming. Right. So
surely you'd be able to tell them that at the thing and say it does this, it has this, and then it cuts off. And
they weren't able to suss it out.
Well, I'd be like, you're keeping the fucking car. You're giving me something else to drive in the meantime until you suss it out.
You fucking tell them.
I would.
You tell them.
Be fucking alright. I'd be like, so okay. Oh, I said, what can happen is I'll take the car away, drive it, maybe kill somebody else because of this fault, and then we'll come back to you.
Yeah.
See how quickly they give you a nice loan car.
Yeah, good point. But so it was they did it in 21 hours 37 minutes, if I remember right.
That's quick.
So they fucking smashed it. And bearing in mind, like, Jake has got some back issues and potential nerve damage.
Now he's in a wheelchair now.
So he was in, like, to be fair, the walking's not the bad bit for him. It's being sat down.
Yeah, we discussed this last week. If you didn't listen to last week's, one, you can't be our friend anymore, but also two, Jake has like an actual spinal nerve issue.
Yeah.
And decided and still did the 3
Yeah,
peaks.
he still pushed through it and got it done. And he did surprisingly well. So after
I legit would thought he would be in a like literally after being pushed around.
He was in a lot of pain after.
Literally, I genuinely thought he'd be in a wheelchair for a little bit, just have to recover to be able to move around.
Yeah.
Or crutches at least.
Well, his missus was in the gym the next day training legs.
What?
I know, savage.
She's a little woman as well.
Yeah, she's like, and like as well, like
she is very tiny. She probably just coasted up on a breeze.
Well, to be fair though, Jake was saying whenever they go up, because they were like, but they've done lots of practice and doing some long walks, and they'll check their step count, and basically like she's doing 3 steps to every 2 he does. So like her step count was like way higher.
Her journey's actually more impressive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and so that was really fun as well. What was mad? She
climbed an extra mountain.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, she did an extra one.
4 peaks.
Yeah,
she did 3 peaks and the invisible.
In Ben Nevis, so at the bottom, I was like, because I was just chilling there, I downloaded some like episodes of Family Guy, and I was just on my phone watching that.
Yeah,
sunbathing. They were at the top. There was 1.5 meters of snow, and they were sliding down the mountain. They put their waterproofs on. The Jake's got a video of it, and he's literally just like sliding down. So that helped speed him up because they got to like slow down the top of it. But yeah, literally sunbathing at the bottom, sledging at the top.
You gotta love Wales, don't you?
Yeah,
gotta love
that. Was Scotland.
Was it Scotland?
That was Ben Nevis, the first one. Oh, but some of the roads on Ben Nevis, Jesus, honestly, mate, it was like you're on a different planet.
How bad are Scottish roads?
It's a different
planet. You literally
mate.
Cross over. I don't know if people listening have been in Scotland or not, but when you cross from the border of England into Scotland, the funding for road upkeep literally stops at the sign that says "Welcome to Scotland."
Yeah,
and I'm not joking because I had to drive back. I went and competed up in Scotland when I was doing the bodybuilding shows. Mm-hmm. I had to drive back at night.
Yeah.
On a 3-lane motorway, I couldn't judge where the car was on the road because there was no streetlights. There was one cat's eye every, not joking, 30, 40 meters, one cat's eye.
Yeah.
And the only way you could kind of judge from the black, oily looking thing you're seeing out, like, all it looks like is just black, darkness in front of you because there's no lights, no cat's eyes, and every so often another car coming the other direction and you kind of gather up where you were.
Yeah.
And I just kind of drove in the middle of these 3. It was... And just no white lines.
Yeah.
The white lines are eroded away and no one's bothered to replace them.
Yeah. The thing is,
sketchy.
The road texture is not bad, but it's just everything else around it. It's all the safety features. Just like, okay, there's the road and there's a cliff.
Yeah. And then also the impact barriers are probably from the 1970s.
Yeah. Or, well,
like, it's just a small little metal fence.
Well, where we would go in at that point, I was going to say you either had nothing or you had just... Well, yeah, it was either just going off a cliff or then you've got like a slate brick wall, like honestly, a slate stone wall.
Driving back, it was nighttime, and the moment we crossed over into England onto the road, I was just like, I'm never complaining about these roads again for a week. For a week, I appreciate. Like, you know, when you come back from holiday somewhere where it's like third worldy, and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to appreciate everything I get back. And then after 2 weeks, you forget. Yeah. And you're immediately back like, oh my God, I've got to wait how long from McDonald's?
Yeah. Some of the views, though, mate, honestly, were like just on the drive down.
You can't believe they're even in this country, can you?
No, honestly, though, it was a different planet. It looked like something that you would have watched on fucking Prometheus. Like, it was honestly otherworldly. And it's crazy that that's just up the road from us.
It's the same. Did we discuss Ellen Valley on the last one?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That is the same thing. I'm going to ride back there this weekend.
Yeah.
Just to get some pictures and stuff like that. It's just, you look at it and you think, how is this an hour and a bit away from my home? It's like literally being in the Algarve, looking down the Algarve through the rock faces, the water. Obviously, it's not the river, but it's that similar kind of valley aspect.
Yeah,
and you're like, this is Wales.
Did you see what me and Jake did on the way up? So
no.
The whole time we were driving up there, they were just like, "Oh wow, look at that!" And I'm obviously driving, so I can't take in the views quite as much. And we were driving past this lock, and they kept looking, and then I found somewhere to pull up, and I was just like, "Shall I stop here?" And they're like, "Yeah, okay." So I pulled in. It's a place called Loch Lomond or Loch Lomond. I don't know how you pronounce it. Loch Lomond.
Yeah.
Loch Lomond. I don't know.
Loch Lomond.
And then anyway, so gave us a chance to stretch our legs. Jake could stand up for a bit, walk around. We walked on down to the loch, and there was some benches and stuff like that. So we chilled, and it was gorgeous weather, really nice and sunny. And then there's a bit of a ramp that went into the water, just obviously where the boat
ramp.
Yeah, the boat ramp. And then Jake had walked off, and he was just standing at the water's edge. And then he shouted back to me, without looking, he shouted back. He's like, "Lewis, do you mind if I get into my pants and go for a swim?" And then he turned around, and I was already taking my shoes off and getting undressed, and I was just I said Chaz, I was like, "Sorry, you're gonna have to just put up with me and Jake in our pants." And then we just fucked off into the loch and just went swimming for half an hour in the loch. Yeah,
freezing.
No,
not bad.
No, it was cold at first, but it wasn't too bad. I've had way worse. It was a little because it was so hot.
Was the stuff touching your feet?
We swam far enough out so nothing touched us.
All I hear in my head is the Jaws theme tune whenever I'm in anything that's secluded water.
It was just seaweed and shit like that, or whatever. It'd be tickling our toes.
Tickling your toes. That's what. Yeah.
But no, it was gorgeous, mate, and we literally just chilled out.
What weekend?
There. And it broke the day up. Jake's back felt amazing after that as well.
They did, ice cold.
Yeah, ice bath, and then obviously relieving all pressure because you're floating. Yeah.
So talking of ice baths, and why is that got an X on it?
I don't know.
It's recording. It's doing something. I don't like when you use something you're not used to using. It's got a red camera symbol and then a cross on it. I don't know what that means.
Does it say anything on the screen?
It's recording on the screen. Goddamn technology. It's supposed to be a faithful servant. Anyway. What was I saying? Yes. So you said ice bath, which made me remind, I have bought a portable sauna.
Oh.
Yeah. Bought a portable sauna. Because, well, here's the thing. So I'm restarting the Shredded with a Life series, 5th of July.
Yeah, absolutely.
So filming the intro bits for that on Monday, Tuesday, because thankfully, after smashing my camera and thinking, well, that's all my timeline screwed, my videographer, Cal, has doubled down and bought an R6, Canon R6.
Good
so
luck,
we're
Cal.
still on track.
Well
done, Cal. He wasn't going to buy it yet because he was still playing around using the Canon to see if he liked the EOS R. So the R6 is technically a little bit of a step up. So it's in between the R6 and the R6 is in between the Canon EOS R and then the R5, which is the big jump up.
You're just saying
the R5 is records in 8K. Right. Ridiculousness. It's future proofed for probably the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah.
So, but it's $4 or $5 just for the body alone.
Right.
So it's a big investment.
Yeah.
But so he's gone halfway. He's got the R6, so we've got this 4K capabilities in no cropping and all that kind of stuff. And it does autofocus within slow mo. So there's loads of cool little possibilities. But randomly has a smaller megapixel count than the EOS R.
Right.
Which is bizarre. The EOS R has 30 megapixels.
Yeah.
And the R6 has 20. Which is behind something from that's from 4 years ago. It's almost downgrading.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to affect the camera too much.
I was going to say the megapixels is just it's not actually as much of a factor.
No, not as much as used to. It's more about the sensor.
Yeah.
But it still does mean that you're going to get less detail when you crop in on something. because you've got less megapixels. So obviously, the more you crop in, the more the pixels spread across the screen, the less there are on that screen. Yeah. So you get less of those fine details. But not that any normal person's going to really notice it that much. But it's a big step up in price. Yeah. That's the problem from the R6 to the RS. But you got a spanking deal on it. Oh, there you go. Look, camera's just turning itself off.
Bye,
camera. Right, we're going to pause this and sort out the camera. I'm going to punch you. I'm going to turn you into a goddamn toaster.
It's literally just turned off. How dare you? Oosh.
Yeah, and then we're back. So it turns out that the red symbol of the camera in the top left means your camera is about to set on fire. It's going to shut down. Yep. The poor little thing got too hot. Yep. Got too hot.
Couldn't handle our beautiful vision.
It couldn't, and the rum has gone down in between takes.
Yeah. So we've just cracked.
This is spicy, dude.
It does have some spice to it. So
the heat does not die off.
No. Can you remember what he said about there? So they've got a spice drum, and he said it literally is like, it's actually like got heat. It's spicy as in spice.
It's like literally like
chili
spice.
Yeah. So
that'd be interesting.
I really want to try that.
That's what we're talking about. I bought a portable sauna.
Oh.
Yes. So starting the new series, Shredded with a Life. So there's going to be 5th of July, and I thought, I want to stay healthy. I've got to stay healthy for the series. Got to keep training. Got to be rigid with it. Because what I want to be doing is vlogging old school style, full days of eating, training, breakdowns, macros, the whole shebang bang. Lifestyle, how I'm feeling, all good judge. Yeah. At least 2 videos a week minimum.
Yeah.
And then I've decided now, I'm going to call it mum worrying mum lean. When your mum questions you, like, is it healthy to look like that?
Yeah.
I want to get that lean.
Yeah.
My theory is, to do that, I'm going to need something that is regenerative during the week. So I'm going to have to contemplating ice baths and saunas.
Yeah.
So I got this little portable sauna. It's about 80 quid from Amazon. And it's basically a pop-up tent style thing with a steamer. So it's basically a little steam room.
Yeah.
They call it a sauna. Should we call it steam?
Yeah, if it's...
A steamer.
Yeah.
So I'm basically slow cooking myself in this thing. But I'm going to try and do that every, I just set it up somewhere and just do it every day.
Yeah.
And try and keep myself loosey-goosey because my shoulder is...
Yeah.
Super. Look at it. Boop.
All of the RUM.
Do you know what I found out? During my time of having... I realised I had shoulder pain for around about 12 to 16 months continually. And I just learned to live with it. And I now have a mechanism where I go to do something that used to hurt and I pre-wince to a pain that doesn't come anymore. Literally. So I'll go like this, ready, and then my body starts to compensate. My trap starts to come in, and it starts to, as I lift my arm, to start lifting my shoulder for it, and then the pain doesn't come. It's so weird.
Yeah.
And after about a week, I've kind of stopped myself doing it.
Yeah, slowly.
How bad is it that that's how I was living?
Yeah.
Couldn't unrack a plate from a bar without go. Prepping for the pain that was about to ebb through my shoulder.
Wow.
You just get used to it and just keep grinding.
It is mad, isn't it, what you will adapt to?
But I look back at pictures of my body now from 4 months, 5 months ago, 3 months, even 3 months ago. Night and day difference, because now I can actually press properly, concentrate, do things, lift things, have a will to train.
Yeah.
It's mad.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to see actually how disgusting I'm going to look because I've been able to get back to training and I've actually started eating a little bit again properly, looking at it, focusing, making meals.
Yeah, you've gone up in weight
already.
Filling out again.
Yeah, feel quick. But now he said we're dieting the 5th, so I'm eating like a bitch for the next 10 days. Yeah. Just eating everything, biscuits, chocolate, the whole shit. So when we were talking about chocolate in here, I was like, I could do some chocolate. And every time I eat a biscuit or a bit of chocolate, I'm like, I'm going to miss this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I'm going to keep it in a little bit, obviously, because it's macros. Yeah. But I'm going to have to start volumizing food and just making conscious, clean food efforts because I don't want sodium bouncing around like all the intakes. Because if you eat processed foods, sodium goes up. You can hold water, things like that. I want to start looking like silly.
Yeah.
And I reckon if I can, I've never been 190 pounds. I've always so if I can get to 190 pounds before I start the diet, that'll be fun.
Yeah. What are you at now?
187 point something at the end of the day. So I could push it just to get...
That's mad, that difference, though. I'm just thinking the difference between me and you, because I'm trying to work this out in kilos.
I have a tiny little bone structure underneath. Look at my 8-year-old Asian girl joints.
So I was 210 pounds at my heaviest.
Yeah, you see, 20 whole pounds. We've done this before, though.
Yeah, but because I always work in kilograms.
Girthy.
But that's fucking mad.
Yeah, so I'm 80... think I got to 87 at my heaviest. But I now don't feel heavy at 87. And when I've hit that before, I felt like buffalo.
Yeah.
Like, not comfortable.
Yeah.
Now it's like,
I think your body does have to acclimatise to it. Like, I remember...
It's a step system.
Yeah.
Little by little.
I remember watching, like, it was a More Plates, More Dates video, and he said, like, you know, when he first... And this was even more exaggerated because when you're taking steroids...
Oh, I watched the same one.
You push past, like, those kind of limits that you would normally have. So he said, like, the first time he was at X amount of weight...
220
like,
or something.
Yeah, the first time he was at 220, it was super uncomfortable and he just felt bloated all the time, whatever else. And then he dieted down, and then when he went into his next bulk, like a year later or 6 months later or whatever it was, he got to 220 and that was fine. And he actually was able to get to, like, 225 or 230 before he started getting that feeling. And each time he'd diet down and then get back up, it was just a slightly leaner version of him at the same weight, but also it felt more comfortable and sustainable for the body.
Talking about this with a lad in the gym who randomly came up and was just like, "You look sick, dude." And he didn't follow me, nothing. It was just a gym moment.
Yeah.
Those pure gym moments where one bro goes to another gym bro, like, "Look good, bro." And you're like, "You too, bro."
Yeah.
And we were talking about the weight thing, and I was saying how it's only now, after over 15 years of lifting, that my muscle has dug in.
Yeah.
That I don't see it dissipate super quickly anymore.
Yeah.
After that amount of time. And most people will like get up to a weight and be like, "Made it," and then they just diet off and they never dig in that muscle again, because then they'll diet off, look great, and then they'll fall off from the gym for a little bit, then they come back and do the bulk again. You've got to be consistent.
I think for a while, like, a lot of people, obviously they want to get shredded and look great, but also obviously a part of that you have to bulk up to actually gain a good amount of mass. And I think there's definitely something to be said for, like, having that mass for an extended period of time. Like, once you've bulked up, don't immediately, like, peak at a top weight and then be like, right, I'm cutting down now. Like, you know, it's okay to, like,
you got to stay
at that for a little bit.
Yeah, and even not diet down to drop off it, because you can't, like, it's not a matter of just peaking, getting there and then dropping straight back down. You've got to sit and dig in and keep that muscle. Same as if you look to get to any level of condition or something, you'd have to reverse out and maintain that muscle that you've held in that deficit, because if you just stop after that, the body keeps chewing. And this is the problem, and this is a lifelong goal, ever changing, and too many people are hopping on SARMs and shit for a short-term average look to then drop off it, feel shit afterwards. Dude, I've started the muscle vlog. Hang on, yawn. I had very little sleep last night. You know when you go to sleep, but you don't know and then you keep waking up and you don't know if you've been asleep. And you can't work out whether you just had a really deep thought process or whether you actually fell asleep.
Yeah, whether you drifted off.
But and I refused to look at the clock, because I was like, you do not need to know. It doesn't matter what the time is, and all you're going to do is panic yourself. But all through the night, same thing. I think it was just a bit warm, very muggy. And so I am wrecked.
Yeah, I'm tired as well.
You're at baby level eye rubbing tired.
Yeah,
like,
man.
I'm not tired. I want to go to bed.
The last couple of weeks have been manic, mate. I'm fucking proper needing some sleep.
You need the downtime, don't you?
Well, unfortunately, I've got a whole week off.
What?
I've got to do my bathroom in that week, so I've got a week off. I've got a week off work to go do some other work.
To go do labouring.
But also, like, at the end of the day, though, that's at my own time schedule, and, like, it's been really good. We've got 2 new members of staff starting on Monday, so whenever this comes out, like, we've got a new assistant manager and we've got a new coach both starting. So we've been doing a lot of work to kind of get everything prepped for that. So that'll
take a load off you once it's
active. Yeah, like, I think short term, like, over the next month, they're still going to need a lot of looking after while they get the ropes down, but I think after that point it will start alleviating things, and again, there has just been a big push. We've had another great month. Another, like, this will be our last month was our best month. This one's going to be even better.
Just beats it.
Yeah, and no doubt the month after that will beat that one. We're really on a roll and growing real quick, which is great. And it's just it's now just because I love progress. I was talking to somebody about it today. Like, for me, I have to be, like, chasing after something. Like, I'm addicted to making progression in anything, like, whether that be training or the business or, like, my personal life or just learning. Like, obviously I listen to a lot of audiobooks. Like, I have to feel like I'm moving forward in some way, because like, I get miserable if I don't. And, like, for the business now, we've been stagnant for such a long time due to COVID. Now, like, the fact that all, you know what I mean, all restrictions for the gym anyway are off, it's so hard to like pull away when there's progress to be made, and I can do it. I've got all the things in place to do it. It's really hard to like actually take a step back and have a fucking day to chill or something like that. But yeah, but it's all good. It's
long term, you won't keep going with it. You'll have to designate and do that. And that's
of course. I will
learning to designate. That's the same with me. Like I was getting so engrossed in the finer details of dealing with every edit and everything. I'm slowly learning to just hand it off and only just do the finishing touches on stuff to get it to my standard.
That's it. There's only so many hours in a day, isn't there?
Yeah.
And like as you grow and develop, you want to do more things, but then inevitably something's got to give.
Yeah, I mean, they all tell you the same thing, don't they? No matter who you listen to, they all say the same thing: is you cannot manage every single detail of every single thing you're going to do, because if you grow, it becomes an entity in its own being, and so that has to be. You have to hand off the more basic stuff.
Yeah.
To get done, and you go concentrate on doing something bigger. But like, it's frustrating for me because I started getting into that mode, and then all the stuff I had planned that was going to take would have kept my focus away from the smaller stuff. Got cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah.
But now I had a really cool idea. I realized that I'm an idiot because I know fighters.
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah.
I trained with these guys, and I was like, why was I waiting for so long to go and film out in just Ireland with a fighter? It's like, I know boys from up north I know one guy, so he's called Luke Turner, and he is probably one of the most savage Thai boxers you'll watch. He's the kind of guy that accepts a championship fight on like 24 hours notice and wins.
Yeah.
And so I just messaged him.
Yeah.
He's a tattoo artist now.
Yeah.
Which is also pretty cool.
That's sick.
But he messaged me about getting back in shape because he was getting back into training and doing stuff again. And then it just flagged as my brain went, why don't you do a video with Luke? Like, bring in these guys who you used to fight and spar with, who are talented fighters.
Yeah.
And do some fun videos.
We've got like Mark Goddard as well now.
Mark Goddard so basically that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to get back in touch with Stu.
Yeah.
God, my hair's really naughty. Get back in touch with Stu, do some videos with Stu. I thought about doing some jiu-jitsu chokes. Yeah. Top 5 chokes at close range or something.
Yeah. I haven't been to jiu-jitsu for like 5 weeks now.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I've not been for a little while. I've just been so busy. But like, hopefully not next week, the week after. Actually, no, tell a lie. It'll be the week after that. That's when I should be available. That's when I should have a bit of time.
But yeah, that's what I'm doing. Bringing back that fight series with Luke, and hopefully getting myself back in as well, doing some training.
If you like, I'm not inviting myself along here, but if you want, because I used to box. I boxed for a good few years. Never did any kind of like Thai boxing or anything like that. But I really enjoy striking, and I'm shit at it at the moment. So it'd be really cool to like have. Obviously, you're going to be far better at your striking than I am. Just way more dialed in.
Pack a punch.
Yeah, but like it'd be cool to kind of tag along with some of that if you've got time.
Wait, ooh, there goes a ring. Can I have that back? Wow, that fired right off my finger. That was a bit odd. Oh, you see if it fits your... Shut up. If my main ring fits your little fat chubby chipolata finger...
it goes on... It's a bit tight on that one.
But at least it fits the man... At least it fits a man finger still. It went on.
Yeah. But it will...
That would have... Oh my God. How girthy are your fingers?
Thick boy fingers, mate.
Just to give you a perspective, guys, this is a size like 10.5 ring.
Ladies, watch out.
And I have it on my index finger. Is that your index finger? Yeah, index finger. And Lou just put it on his little finger and it didn't fall off.
Yep.
Your little finger is as thick as every other finger on your hand. You sausage hands.
They are sausage hands, to be fair.
Speaking of which, we have sausages in the fridge for bangers and mash after this.
Yeah, Lex messaged me yesterday going, I'm making an order from Sainsbury's. What do you want? And I was like, we had bangers and mash a few weeks ago. I really like that.
So I've got some proper pork sausages, like Lincolnshire pork sausages or something.
Yeah.
And then cheddar cheesy mash.
Ooh.
And then we'll make the gravy.
Fuck, I'm so
Make
hungry.
a nice gravy over top.
Gravy? I don't want to be a pie.
I don't want to be a pie.
I don't like gravy. If you know what that's from, put it in the comments if you're on YouTube.
Yes, please.
I don't want to be a pie.
I don't want to be... Oh, we've got the red fucking thing again on the camera.
Oh, shit.
This camera is we're too hot for the camera.
I know.
It's going to cut out again.
I think, like, should we carry on with
this is the problem, you see.
footage?
This is the problem.
Yeah.
With this is why you can't just function on these little tech pieces, even though they're really clever and really good.
Yeah.
So for something like this, it's literally incapable. Yeah. We've opened the window behind it to give it a nice backdraft, and it's still crying. Little red camera dot.
I don't think anyone will mind if we carry on with no...
What we're going to do... Well, I will, because it makes my editing a bitch.
Oh, really?
Because I have to tag all the sound to nothing, to then re-tag it when the video comes back in. It makes my life a pain.
Well, why don't you turn it off for a little bit now, then turn back on it, and we'll just carry on. We'll carry on talking.
Pain.
Well, okay.
We'll see how long it lasts until it dies.
Yeah. Do you want to jump onto the questions?
We can do. We were at about 50 minutes-ish into the podcast.
We're thinking whether it's worth maybe wrapping this one up a little quicker because of the technical issues.
The anger of the people in the cars. The anger. No, I don't mind. It's only 10 minutes to let it cool down, isn't it?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, fair enough. We can keep it rolling.
We'll pursue. Not pursue. We will persist.
Yeah.
Persist through the technological
I'm so excited.
issues.
I'm so excited to do these giveaways.
I know. I like the fact that we were just getting the opportunity to do it.
Yeah, it is really cool. Like, literally, you think this is a joke, but it's not. The reason me and Lex started doing this is to get free alcohol.
That actually was a goal.
That is one of the goals.
We literally said, wouldn't it be cool if we could get sponsored by like a drinks company?
Yeah, it's just like, how sick is that you just get free alcohol? Like, and we're at a point. Yeah, we're working our way up there, and like, it's awesome to work with these companies that are local.
Yeah, that's cool.
But because he was explaining about like the big four, wasn't he, when we went and saw the Burning Barn guy, and like they've kind of dominated the market for a long time.
Yeah,
but now like these kind of more.
You should support the little independent batch brewers. You definitely should. They care about their product so much. Like this one was literally brewed in the dude's family estate.
Yeah, and
like that's so good.
And as well, also don't be like kind of fooled to think, just because you can get it in Tesco's doesn't mean that they're a massive company. Like he worked so hard to get in with those kind of mainstream, but like he's still a relatively small business, and like
it's him, his missus, and 4 other people. That's it.
Yeah. Actually, that's blowing my mind today. I just thought from Monday, like including the directors of BCB, we've got 11 members of staff.
Oh God, that's scary.
Yeah, that's mad, isn't
children.
It? Yeah, I know, that's mad, isn't it? That's like blowing my mind a little bit, and I know that probably sounds like not a lot to some people.
There goes the camera. I'm gonna leave it off for a little bit. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry, guys, if you're on YouTube.
We've gone black.
We're going to go back for a little bit because otherwise it's just we're going to be like midnight before we finish this podcast. Yeah. And it is because yours truly smashed up the other camera and broke it, and this one is just having a little bit of a panic attack.
Yeah.
It's under pressure.
It is.
The camera's having stage fright. Yeah. It's under pressure. It's panicked. It's been thrown into the spotlight. It doesn't like it. It's used to being sat on the desk downstairs, just happily chilling.
Premature ejaculation, that's what it was.
Yeah.
It was just like, oh God, no. Oh.
No. And I'm like, look at it. Little thing. I bought it a full-on rig surround as well to make me want to use it more. I bought you a rig, man! And it still doesn't want to play ball.
Yeah, it's just a nervous, sweaty guy in the corner.
It's what it is.
So hot.
The nervous little geeky thing in the corner that's like, you call on... It's the reserve kicker on a football team or a rugby team. Yeah. And the other guy is injured and is suddenly called up and he never expected to have to actually play a game. Mm-hmm. And now it's in. It can't handle it.
No. Yeah, what I was saying, so like, it is mad that like we'll have 11 total people in the business, which is mad to think that like indirectly responsible for like, you know, their livelihoods and making sure that they're living their life. It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice though as well.
Yeah, I love it. I really like it. Like it's nice to be able to like be in that position where we can. Obviously, like they work for us, and the you know, we pay them for an exchange of skills, exchange of services. But like, it's good to kind of be able to support people. That's kind of a nice thing to do, like be their employer. It is. It's really cool. And like I said, it probably sounds really insignificant for a lot of people, but being in this situation, it is.
And as well, think of everything we've gone through. You've taken on employees the moment COVID's kind of released, which is another nice thing.
Yeah,
giving some people an opportunity.
We wanted to do this. Like, we were ready to do this right before COVID kind of happened. We were kind of gearing up to do it, and then obviously everything got derailed, and, you know, it was scary times. We didn't know what was going to pan out. But one thing I wanted to talk about, which I haven't already, was, you know, Brett versus Godzilla, who always comments. Oh, yeah. And I guaranteed there's going to be a load of questions there from Brett.
Brett versus... No.
He's not there.
Not there.
Oh, he's let me down.
He might be dead.
He may have died.
So
he came to the gym last Friday.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I met him.
Oh, sick.
So like obviously he's been listening to the podcast, always leaves questions.
Yeah.
And
he does. He was killing questions.
Yeah, he came down, trained. I was actually like in a lot of meetings when he was there, and I was in the toilet having a piss, and then he came in.
Because you're a rock star.
Yeah, I turned and saw him. I was like, oh, all right, Brett. I was like, and what an apt time to see me when I got my dick out.
It's in tune with what we do.
Yeah, exactly. And no, it was really good having a chat with him. So I'm sure you're listening to this now, Brett. So hello, mate. It was good seeing you.
And
he loved training.
I hope you didn't see too much of Lou.
Yeah, well, I hope you did, mate.
Was he girthy?
Yeah, was it as good as my fingers? That's what I want to know.
Was it little finger worthy?
But so yeah, man, it was good seeing him, and it was nice having a chat. Yeah, it was his birthday like a few days before, and he had like a whole birthday weekend planned out, and yeah, part of that was coming and training, which was sick. And like a few other people have come up to me and like spoke about this. Like I feel like as of the last couple of weeks, the CREWCast has like had a little bit of a boost in I don't know, traction. Cool. Really, yeah. It's very cool.
There will be a little spot, I guess, when, people tell other people about it. And if you guys do share our episodes, if you like one, you share it, it helps you in some way, please share it. Because at the moment, all algorithms are fighting against creators. It doesn't seem like they're supporting anybody at the moment.
No, it's very
negatively affecting most people right now.
It's all driven to kind of
monetary value.
Yeah, to corner you into paying to boost stuff, which it's a business, so I get it.
No, I don't get it, because the creators have helped build these platforms, and they're fucking over the people that put them where they are.
Yeah, but that's the thing. They're the people that are where they are.
Revenue regardless.
The people that are where they are now probably weren't the people that we actually helped initially. Like they've got the board of directors in now, which are pushing numbers. And
different people have come in.
Yeah, and it's just a case of now it's a business. It's not a platform.
Look what's happened to Facebook. That's what they're going to. It's a dead platform now. Yeah. In 10 years, that's going to make them nothing because it'll be dead.
Yeah. Jesus Christ! Like running our ads on Facebook, there is so much shit now, and it's like the stuff that you can't even do anything about, and ads perform terribly. So Apple have done this kind of update. It's been going on for like the last 6 months, but it's finally kicked in, and it's where kind of Apple's privacy policy blocks a lot of like advertising through third parties. So all Facebook ads and Google ads and everything else don't work very efficiently with any Apple products now, which is great for people that are, have Apple devices and don't want kind of things to get shown to them in terms of like, I don't want to see any ads for anything ever other than what Apple allows. But all that's going to happen is now Apple's going to market that, and they're going to have their own advertising platform. So they're just blocking out Facebook and Google, so then they can do it themselves because it's such a profitable thing. So,
well, let's get off the negativity of the fucking conglomerates fucking everybody over as usual in their inhuman manner, and let's go on to your beautiful people's beautiful faces questions. So here we go.
Disappointed with Brett. I thought I was waiting for like 12 questions.
No. I don't know if Brett's been that. He was killing it at the beginning.
Maybe he's still surviving from the hangover from last week. He's barely clinging on.
He does pop up regularly, but today we've got starting with must be fitness. Let's say we make contact with aliens. Are you smashing? If they look like the green alien from Star Trek, yes. If they look like the aliens from Independence Day, no.
Yes. Still yes.
Still yes.
So it looks like alien from
I don't think you would return with a penis with
if
the
it's a
xenomorph,
yes.
Xenomorph sex. That's a bad way to go. That's a bad way to go. Imagine gleefully hopping towards it with a hard-on. As that teeth thing came out.
So I remember, so this may be too much information for a lot of people, but I remember, what was it called now? It was like Andromeda. Did anyone ever watch Andromeda? It was an
TV
old
show?
TV program.
No, I didn't.
And there was a blue woman on it, and she was hot.
Hot.
Yeah.
Isn't there one a blue woman in Star Wars? No, I was thinking of X-Men.
Yes.
She's hot too. So if we're talking Mystique. Andromeda blue woman, X-Men blue woman, aliens, yes, we're smashing.
Anyone who's blue, Smurfs, fuck them.
Yes.
Actually, being as I said, Smurfs, fuck them. After you've done, like, listening to this, type in on YouTube, Papa Smurf, can I lick your ass?
Oh, it's the funniest thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that was ages ago, that was.
This was the dawn of the internet.
Yes, it really is.
Yeah.
This was around the same time of that, what was it, gorefest.com or something.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Papa Smurf Lit My hilarious. Mm-hmm. That is time well spent by some students.
Yeah, well done, guys. Whoever did that, you're probably like
also if
you're
really bored in the office, type in I think it's Stickman Games or something like that.
Oh god, yeah. Are they still going?
They must be.
There was like
emulators. It's freaking brilliant. You're a stickman. You've got like Matrix style game with stickmen. It's brilliant.
There was a few sites like that because early days with like E-Bombs World, and then there was like
E-Bombs World,
albinoblacksheep.com.
Oh god, I never saw that one.
That was another really cool one, and they had like all these weird ass games. albinoblacksheep.com. I don't know if that's.
There you go. We've just ruined your office productivity bell curve.
I don't even know if that's still going, mate. I was at school when that came out. Like that's.
I put in a thing the other day. I did a Ask Me Anything thing. Actually, I'm going to do it tomorrow. So it will have been a Sunday now, so you'll have already read this. But I will put up a thing saying Ask Me Anything. I'm going to do one a week and answer some questions on Insta Stories. And someone asked me if I had OnlyFans. I thought, yeah. Oh, and it's a swipe up to badges.com.
Mate, I swiped up. I was just like, hold on a minute. What are we doing here? I was like, why am I not subscribed already?
Number one, it's a good wind up, but two, if you've never seen badges.com, what a website.
I would love to have the swipe up function just to fucking mess with people all the time.
I might start doing that as a messer. I might start doing
every time,
fun swipe ups. Okay, here we go. Next question. Iwan Vickery, cool name. Lex, do you still think you might have a boxing match? Actually, would you both do one? Would you have a boxing match?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You would?
I'd love to.
You'd happily do that. Yeah. Yes, I will. As long as my shoulder isn't compromised. I think, because my original idea was to diet down, do a boxing match, and then go into a show just to prove you could stay functional and do a show.
Yeah.
Which might still be a great plan. The problem is finding somebody that's fair for me to fight that's not a professional fight. Because I have a history in fighting.
Yeah.
So to fight somebody without a history in fighting is unfair. So when I went to do the white collar boxing match,
I'll fight you.
They literally were going to have to find someone special to pair me up with because the people who were doing it were learning to box through the charity thing.
Yeah.
So it made no sense. I would have just pasted whoever it was.
Yeah. I'll fight you, mate.
Yeah, but you're horrible.
No.
Because I can't fight you because to finish you, I'd have to try and knock you out.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious.
And that's very different
to
just having a boxing match.
Fuck it, let's do it in your back garden. I'm down for it.
We should do something funny on a video for YouTube. In the garden.
I think, like I've said this before, we should just literally get the gloves out, get the fucking head guards on.
And have a wallop.
Yeah, just have fun.
I haven't boxed for fucking ages, so I probably would be ruthlessly shit.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be dog shit. I haven't done it for a very long time.
We should have it gum shields in, though, just in case.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to find mine.
I don't need my teeth.
Oh, mine is somewhere. I'd have to remold it now because I've had like Invisalign.
Oh, yeah.
I've still got the attachments on my teeth because I can't be asked to go and do the final bit where they remove them and do all the bits.
Oh, really? I've never noticed.
Yeah, if you actually look at my teeth, look there. See that attachment there? There, and it's only two. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the top.
Never
all on my top teeth there. Yeah.
Wow.
And I just got to a point where I got sick of putting them in and out because I was travelling. I just fucked it off.
I'm so lucky.
I need to finish it off.
I'm really, really lucky. Like, fucking blessed by genetics that I've like
good teeth.
Yeah, I've been to the dentist like a couple of times, and they're just like, "Yep, they're fine."
Ooh,
hello.
Turn camera's back on.
The camera randomly booted back up. Then
hello.
Is it recording or have you got to click?
It's got a really weird like screen capture from when it. That's a playback.
Right.
Screen. That's why. That was weird. I thought, where's it got that screen from? Let's see how long it lasts again once we get through these questions.
It's obviously cooled down enough. That's cool.
Well, I think it's because I reactivated the app and it come back on, which I didn't know it did.
Hello again.
Hello. Oh, we're back. Hello. We'll see you for like 15 minutes until we disappear again. Right, you have to start tensing your arm again now. That's so relaxed, man.
Yeah, just chilling. Just chilling. You're looking vascular, to be fair, mate.
Am I? That's the whiskey. Rum even.
Yeah, I'm not.
Benefits of drinking makes you vascular. Do you remember when you used to go out and wake up next morning and just be shredded?
Yeah.
And you'd be like, drinking and eating cheesy chips is the way forward.
Yeah, because you're dieting all the time, and then you just do that, then look crazy, and you're just like, God damn. I should eat more cheesy chips.
Cheesy chips and whiskey.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay. Yes, so we will. Yes, the boxing match thing. If I manage to get something sorted that actually works and worth my time, worth getting punched in the face for, yeah, definitely. What's your favourite ever quality street? Chocolate orange.
Yeah.
And the purple one.
Yeah. So I can't have a lot of the quality street because of my allergies, but Terry's chocolate orange.
God damn.
I do like that.
Did you have the candy popping one?
No, I did not.
Dude, you didn't even experiment. They've got white chocolate, candy popper, dark chocolate, normal Terry's orange.
What
then
the
honeycomb Terry's orange.
Hold on.
What are your Christmases even about?
I had no idea that any of those existed.
Well, I'll buy you a popping candy Terry's.
Thank you, mate. Don't do it now because I'm dieting. But
no, for next week, and we'll eat it on the podcast. The whole thing.
All right, I'm not eating all day.
Right. If you could level up in life, like in video games, where would you put your next skill point? What a question. Sneak? Yeah. Oh, you're talking Skyrim.
Yeah. I'm going.
I would go with.
No, that's not even
strength. I'd pop my strength skill.
So I'd go in like speechcraft. I feel like kind of leveling up
your ass is always so much smarter than mine. And mine is so better. Oh,
faster. I want more muscles.
Mums make boom boom harder. So I've gone make boom boom harder. You've gone for the intellectual level of upping your skill set to be able to.
So this is
of the gab.
This is a lesson learned from playing a lot of RPGs, playing like Fallout and Skyrim and stuff like that. So you can just make a badass beefy character that's a fucking savage
unit
and kicks ass from the start because he's just strong and powerful. But then as you get into the later game, you'll realise that just being a brute doesn't really get you anywhere, and you fucking run into a lot of like kind of roadblocks.
Talk your way out of stuff.
Yeah, whereas going for a more kind of stealthy or intellectual character always pays off in the long run and actually makes for a way better build.
Yeah, but I like Smash Smash.
Yeah, so do I.
And then if Smash Smash doesn't work, I add an extra smash.
Normally what I do, so when I'll do like, it's been a long time since I've fucking played through games in their entirety, but like I'll do like a playthrough of a game. First one is I'm a fucking savage. I'm gonna just like pop heads left, right, and centre, not giving a shit. And then my second playthrough is like, okay, I was a dick last time. I'm gonna be a bit more intelligent. And then you're like, oh wow, that person whose head I popped the first instance of meeting them, there's a whole storyline that goes along with them. It's like I killed you instantly.
Yeah, because I shot you right in the face.
Yeah. So I think that was a question that Brett asked me with like Fallout 3.
Any game where it gives you options to that can affect the game but don't stop it carrying on. Mm-hmm. I kill everyone.
Yeah, because then you just like this storyline is no longer available. And you're just like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have killed him.
Yeah. But then that does at least entice you to play it through again. Oh. Okay, here we go. If you could make everyone in the world believe one thing, true or not, what would it be? So I would like to make it something along the lines of I'd like to remove pettiness and nastiness. So I'd like to make people believe that I don't know how I would phrase it, but something like minor pettiness or nastiness isn't worth their time. Make them believe that it's not going to result in anything.
Yeah.
Be it negative or positive. So that they just don't do it.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's really good. I think I would probably, again, it's hard to kind of wrap up in a sentence and I'd have to think about it a lot more to make it much more concise, but something along the lines of the fact that it's okay that everybody's different and everyone can be different, but it doesn't mean that anyone has any less or more value than other people. Yeah. And that's completely fine.
So communism.
Just everyone.
Mental communism.
No, just that everyone is like, we're all on a level playing field. We can do what we want.
Our brains both went to roughly the same area though, because we're so fed up with all the nonsense that we're seeing about all this bullshit, things that really don't make any fucking difference in the world, other than people having a moan.
Yeah, I think like,
that is general consensus. I think most people are fed up with it. And it's only the small minority making these big noises about fucking gender neutral nonsense. And have you seen fuck me, dude, the transgenders competing in women's sports?
Yeah.
Fuck all of you, okay, guys? Unpopular opinions, I don't give a shit. Fuck you. Those women, by camera. Oh, hang on. I'm going to pause it because that's just a battery issue.
How's it like walking downstairs and then back upstairs?
You won't have heard that because I didn't press record, but my knee just basically went.
Yeah, literally sounded like his patella fucking fell off and rattled down
2 days ago.
Rattled down his trouser leg.
Hang on, let me get back in my zone of madness. Hang on. Zoom. Fuck all you transgender assholes, right? who are literally fighting
to
women
with women's sports.
Because obviously it's combat sports that women are involved with. These women have worked their fucking asses off to be the elite level at where they are against other women. And then these you're male. If you've been a male, you have gone through puberty with the testosterone benefit and hormonal benefit of a man. Don't care what you are now.
Yeah.
You are not on a level playing field with these women. So you are basically, by allowing them to go in against these other women, you're undermining all of the talent, all of the skill, all of the time, all of the effort that these women have put in to be the best of the best.
Yeah.
And basically allowed a long-haired dude to come in and kick fuck out of them and just smash records.
Yeah.
Men go against men because it's a level playing field. Women go against women, level playing field. Yeah. So transgender goes against transgender.
Yes, 100%.
How is that not so fucking simple?
Yeah.
They're still competing. We will still watch it. It's a challenge. Yeah. Surely they would want that.
Yeah.
Why would you want to just go in and dominate everything?
Yeah. Yeah, because again, clearly,
where's the fun? It's like using a cheat code in a game.
Yeah, exactly. Like I am not against transgender competing in sport at all, but I do feel that needs to be a special category for them. Yeah. Because, like you said, going through puberty as a male, the bone structure, everything else, there's more.
Did you see what happened to when the first transgender combat sport thing happened?
Yeah.
She smashed the other woman's eye socket within a minute, within 90 seconds. Yeah. Basically broke the woman's skull.
Yeah. There's
a whole level of how are you even looking at the safety of the women you're putting into that sport if you're allowing that to happen? It's so sketchy.
For me as well, I think the worst part about it, so again, like my fiancée Emma, she's competed in athletics since she was a kid. She does like long jump, triple jump, sprinting events, whatever else, and it's just like, and that's a big part of her life. And again, just athletics in general, like some women have worked their fucking asses off to do amazing feats.
And you're undermining all of their achievements.
Yeah, because I may be wrong, but as far as I'm aware, in pretty much every single sport, men outperform women, and I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Like, listen, if you say that derogatory way, you're denying all biology and the fact that we have more skeletal muscle, testosterone that's higher than women, that allows us to do these things.
We have we have advantages in the physical realm.
If you have an issue with what Lewis just said, seriously, reevaluate your life, because there's realism in the world. This is the problem. People refuse to accept the realistic boundaries of biology. You can't deny gender. It's biological. It's not a choice of whether you're born with dick or vagina, boobs. No, it's literally nature taking a pick, and you can't just say that doesn't exist. You can fucking touch it and poke it. You get told off for it, and it's frowned upon. Yeah, but you can still do it. Yeah, because it exists.
So yes, basically, like it just undermines a lot of the kind of things that people have worked for to get there. And
you're saying about your missus?
Basically, I've lost my train of thought with it, but
it's because I talked about poking penises.
You talked about poking penises, but long story short, there's a lot more that goes into it than just testosterone levels. Because for example, a guy who then becomes a woman, that's obviously completely fine, and you can do that 100%, and I don't disagree with that at all.
Remember where you're going. I'm just going to make the statement of the problem is these people think that anyone who crosses over and says that they don't approve of this is going against the fact of the transgender themselves. That's not what's in question. It would be the same as if a man said, I want to only compete against women. Like, everyone would be like, no, it's not fair. Nobody cares that you're transgender. You do what you want. We'll call you what you want or whatever. But we're just talking about the general logistics of it being safe, it being fair, and it being competitive.
If I turned up at a school and identified as an 8-year-old and smashed everyone at sports day,
exactly,
that's not fair.
No.
And that there's a biological difference because I'm an adult.
Yeah, there'd be some people in the world that say it's your right to identify as an 8-year-old and do that. Yeah, and these people are morons.
And like, where do you draw those boundaries? And it's a really hard kind of distinction to make. But when somebody goes through a sex change and they take a lot of hormones, and they go through operations which will suppress their natural testosterone and everything else, that's fine, and they are at a disadvantage comparatively to other men.
Compared to what they were.
And compared to where they were. but they still went through puberty. They still got the bone structure. They still got the muscle mass
density.
The bone density.
Especially when you talk about combat sport.
And also potentially they've done years of training as a male. Yeah. So that's like saying,
which they have, because they're in competitive sport.
Yeah, so if, and this happens all the time as well, so I'm not going to deny this, but like, so you're competing as a natural athlete, and imagine a world where drug testing worked perfectly well, and there was no one who could sneak past. If you do drugs for 15 years and take all the steroids in the world and then become natural after all of those, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm natural now, I can compete with all the others.
Yeah, doesn't matter in a test, you would be.
It doesn't matter the fact that you've had 15 years of training with steroids, so you can recover faster, you can train harder, you've got all of the bank of myonuclei and everything else that kind of comes along with that, and then now you're natural, and now you get to compete with other natural people. Like,
this comes back
to disadvantage
to my argument in total, which always says, and this is my argument for general everyday law, is there should be a common sense law.
We need a warning on here when that question got asked and it was like triggered.
Yeah, not even triggered, just sensible should come up on the screen. Fucking common sense should just pop up. But like, I have this argument that, you know, when you see the judicial system fail because of the red tape and the legal boundaries that they're bound by, that the judge can't condemn someone to the level they should be because of their age or some obscure little fuck up in the evidence. There should be a common sense law that the judge is able to activate and say, under the ruling of the common sense law, I'm going to advise that even though this was messed up or you're in this situation, you should still, as a result of your crimes, be sentenced to such and such. Then that goes through to a national judgment, you know, whatever, where they deem it as being, yes, that is allowed to be put forward, the law is in place there, it abides by it, and then it overrides the nonsense that gets those people off scot-free. And that would stop a lot of these petty bullshit, not petty, sorry, some of these repeat criminals getting away with shit because they are either too young or whatever, and they just work in the systems. And also at times when someone who's very good has had a very bad thing happen accidentally, but the law suggests that they get the same punishment as someone who's done it deliberately, that not deliberately, but somebody who's done it repetitively or with malice.
Something like manslaughter issues and
not
things
even
like that.
Just something daft, you know, where they end up going to jail for 20 years for some dumb thing like not paying enough tax or doing something wrong in that way. You know what I mean? Something where it wasn't done with malice or intent. It was a mistake they've made in life. And you give that person a break and be able to carry on in life and do something good with the relevant punishment to their person and personality. You know, just you know what I'm saying? You know, so that's my big argument in the world, is we lack a lot of this just fucking common sense. Common sense, we lack it because everybody's so fucking politically correct and scared because people are getting fired from jobs because somebody makes an accusation that isn't even proven, and they're guilty until proven innocent, which is fucking retarded. And that's the way we're going, because we keep allowing all these minorities of people who make a lot of noise because they've got nothing better to do in their lives. We allow them the platform to keep making and shouting all these nonsensical
I think
arguments.
I would say it's more the case of like people who feel like they've been suppressed for a long time now are angry at other people, even though sometimes those people have had nothing to do with it.
The majority of people are accepting of many, many variants of many crazy things. Like, you want to like turn yourself into a cat, people are like, that's weird, but cool, whatever makes you happy. No, but you know, I bet there'd be somebody somewhere going, such and such didn't call me Miss Mittens. He referred to me as he. And then there's a whole stink about it. Like, shut up. You're doing something fucking weird and we're just accepting it. Shut up and go away and go do your thing.
I think, unfortunately, because there are some people that have a lot of prejudices, they cause trouble for everyone else. If you know, and it'll never happen, unfortunately, there will always be prejudice in the world. And if you're kind of aiming for a world that won't have that, I can't picture that existing, because there's too much diversity of thought, and that's okay. Like, I like diversity of thought, and sometimes that will cause problems.
Interesting.
Yeah, that will cause problems, but you know, that's part of being human.
I don't think these people are diverse. I think they're narrow-minded. I think they're argumentative, and I think they're bored, and I think they want attention, and they use any avenue, because these people skip from one to another to another. They're not diehards of a certain cause, they're diehards of any cause that they get to disrupt something with.
It does. I was going to say it does suit certain personality types. So I don't know. I don't want to. I think we should probably wrap this up because we've gone on.
Yeah, let's wrap it up. Those personality types live in basements in their mum's house, and everyone should ignore them. Cool beans. Transgender people should not fight women. Sorted. Next bit.
Fair enough. I just want to clarify as well that like I am not against anyone doing anything that they want to do as long as it does not negatively impact other people.
Which is exactly what it's doing.
Yeah.
In
that situation,
in that poor woman's face.
Yeah.
Daft. Common sense rule, people. We'd all watch. I'd watch a transgender league of stuff.
Of course I would.
It'd be sick.
Yeah.
In fact, I'd watch it more.
Yeah.
Because I wouldn't be pissed off.
Yeah. 100%. I would be so happy with that because I feel like that is a way better step forward for equality than trying to
surely that's what
amalgamate that into something that already exists, which isn't, and scientifically isn't a fair playing field.
Yep. And with all the drug testing and everything going on, trying to make it a level playing field, it's insanity that it's even allowed. Yeah, that was fun. I wanted to get it off my chest. I didn't realise I'd want to get it off my chest so much, but it really ticked me off when I read about it today. Especially seeing that the damage that woman was inflicted with. That just fired me up. Okay. I've seen your Cookie Monster socks. Great. Please read my DM. Listen, this is not a place for you to tell me to read DMs. I get hundreds and hundreds of messages, and if your DM is weird, asking me something personal about something that's irrelevant,
it's asked for a picture
I'm ignoring your DMs. If I haven't responded to it because it's not something that is going to aid your life or help you in some way or is informative, I ain't fucking answering it.
I've seen your Cookie Monster socks. Read my DM. That is basically send me pictures of your feet.
Send me pictures of your feet. Yeah, you're not getting pictures of my feet. Watch my Insta stories and grassy feet.
Yeah, the pictures of my feet are for free.
For free, woman. Do you see yourself getting married again? That's from Laura Hirsch. Honestly, no. The whole concept of... I think we had this discussion on the outside of the podcast, didn't we? Yeah. My concept of marriage is basically, it's nonsense because it's an excuse now for people to commit to each other without actually ever then putting any energy into committing to each other most of the time. Yeah. It's like, oh, we're married now, and they both, and then you just give up and relax because we're connected. Marriage, in its originality, was devised to bind two people together by law because it usually pertained to the fact that people were then given a dowry, which was a sum of money for the marriage, land, or it was to bind two families together for a power cause, for power over the people and land and areas. So there was a purpose to marriage back then, to bind people by law. Now, listen, if you weren't bound by law and all these horrible things that come about if you decide to separate, then I'd be a bit more for it. Yeah. But because it still has this ancient ruling system that ties into it, which is so backwards, so drawn out, so reductive of your own personal rights. You literally are asking permission when you go for a divorce to not be married anymore. You're asking the government for permission for you to be allowed to be separated. Like, fuck you. Who are you to tell me I have to do anything like that? Fuck you.
Yeah, it's all like, for me, so me and Emma are engaged and we have been for a while.
Can I finish my bit? Because I'll just interrupt you again otherwise.
No.
And I can just wrap it up with this. So my opinion is, surely living together, having children together, and living a life is infinitely more important than ever being married. And if you do any of those things and you're not married, you've already succeeded. You're already proving that you're committed to one another, and continue to keep doing so. Do not panic about spending £20,000 to £30,000 on a fucking party.
There are so many people as well at the moment, because weddings have been pushed back that are so stressed out, and it's causing a lot of turbulence in relationships because, so many people have this hang up on it because
it's just a cultural.
It's a cultural thing. It's social pressure that say, oh, you should be together. Like, me and Emma have been together 13 years. We've probably been engaged for like 5
longer
or
than
6.
Most marriages. Sir.
Like, I know that I will be with Emma for the rest of my life. Whether I've got that on a fucking piece of paper,
because she's going to kill you within the next 2 years.
Yes, because I'll
do something infinitely.
I'll be
terrible.
dead tomorrow.
She'll hit you with a frying pan.
But like, so like a piece of paper doesn't fucking matter.
No, does it bollocks?
It really.
And
this is my
main argument. Why does a piece of paper matter? If you truly are committed to one another, why does that even matter? You shouldn't need that binding.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's literally like,
it's a social pressure.
Yeah, it is a social pressure. I want to get married because
Why?
I want to have a celebration of me and Emma, and it's a thing that it's a good excuse for a party, effectively, and that's like me publicly showing my commitment and Emma showing her commitment to me.
Yeah.
So that is like, a line in the sand of this is where we're at. If that meant we just had the party and we didn't sign the fucking documents after that made it a legal thing, I would not give a shit.
Yeah,
that's cool. That means nothing to me. And that's one of the reasons that I wanted to get engaged to Emma, because after, however many 6-7 years being together, I was like, she's not my girlfriend anymore. She's not a friend that's a girl.
Yeah.
She's the person who I'm choosing to spend the rest of my life with. So she's my fiancée.
But again, I just think it's a societal thing that makes you think you have to show that in some way other than the commitment of living, being committed, being faithful.
Yeah.
You don't. You just simply don't. If anything, we need to focus less on the fact of having the big expensive party and more on being an actually committed, faithful relationship, because they're falling apart left, right, and fucking centre. Yeah. And the level of not trust, what's the word? Loyalty between people is falling apart at the fucking seams.
Yeah. And as well, people are buying a house together after a year and getting married after 2. I'm
bizarre.
Like, you do not know people.
You don't know each other.
So this is, and this might upset some people, but I really think that you don't really know your partner for at least probably 3 to 4 years. I was going to say 4 years. Yeah. Because
you get, they say you get the 3-year itch, which is where most people break up. That's because at that point you really have kind of know each other. Yeah. And your ins and outs and depths. And it's at that point one of you goes, yeah, actually this isn't for me.
Yeah.
This is too common, these bits that irk me.
Yeah.
And they're not repairable.
Yeah.
So I'm not wasting more time.
Yeah, that's it. Please fucking just be patient. If you are serious about this and you actually you think that you love this person, you'll be patient enough to not buy a house with them or to not choose to have kids with them or not marry them.
Because if it's for life, what's the rush?
Yeah, well, there's no rush at all.
Exactly.
Whereas, potentially you might be wrapping yourself up in something that might be really hard to undo at a later date.
Hard to undo, stressful to undo, damaging to your mental health, stressful beyond belief. And the system doesn't work in your favour to undo it either.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So there you go. Yeah, that was a...
triggered once again.
No, not even triggered. Just that is my real opinion after a man who's been married and is no longer.
Yeah.
I just think it's more of an albatross around most people's necks that need to have that ceremony.
Yeah.
And I think it takes away from really looking at your relationship as to whether it's that it overshadows the actual relationship.
Yeah.
A lot of the time.
I see something very similar. Like, I've seen it quite a few times where there'll be people that are very openly lovey-dovey about their relationship. They're very publicly affectionate and they post about each other all the time and all that. And often those are the relationships that fall apart the quickest.
People that post about each other when they're in the same fucking room.
Yeah.
You guys can go just no.
A lot of the time, those are the relationships that I've seen that fall apart the quickest. Because
they're bullshit.
You have to outwardly project to everybody else. You're like, oh, look how happy we are.
It's a caricature relationship.
Yeah, just like, are you really? Or are you just trying to tell everyone you're happy?
Yes, what it is. It's more about what other people think than what they actually feel.
Yeah. Bizarre. I don't ever post about Emma. She never posts about me.
I blame Facebook for that one. I blame a little bit of Facebook for that one.
You're living to tell other people that
100%.
they love you.
Exactly.
You love them, but...
Exactly. When they're in the same room.
Yeah.
Tell each other, stop typing it on a goddamn screen. Yeah. You weirdos. Everybody knows people that do that.
I know.
And if you don't know people that do that, you're the ones that do it. So stop it. What's your nationality and where are your people from? I love that. Where are your people from? Yeah, your people. My mum is quintessential British English Rose, and my biological father is Cypriot. So I'm a blend. And obviously the Cypriot genes are very dominant to an English Rose.
Yeah.
Because I'm tanned, dark-haired, dark-eyed. And I don't do well in the cold.
I
This is going to surprise a lot of people who haven't heard previous podcasts. Go on.
Yeah, so my mom is English. I think it's somewhere along the lines there is some Irish in there as well on my mom's side.
Yeah. I have a little bit of French in me as well. Yeah.
right now. Is it still there?
C'est très bien.
Yeah, so, and then on my dad's side, he's Pakistani, and again, like originally from like Kashmir.
That still blows my mind.
Yeah. So the thing is, Kashmiri people tend
beautiful people.
That's why I'm fucking gorgeous.
Yeah, man, they're pretty people.
Yeah.
Look up Kashmiri people.
Yeah.
Honestly,
there is a thing about like Kashmiri people being very attractive.
It's beautiful. It's like Bengali people.
Yeah,
as well, similar kind of look. Beautiful. There you go. I bet that blew a load of people's minds. There's no way you guess it looking at you.
I remember for a load of people like have no idea what I am.
They'd be like Italian.
Yeah, they're like, some kind of brown person.
Do brown, you go in sun, do brown. If your mind or brain were an island, what would it look like? That is the weirdest fucking question I have ever even had seen by my eyes made into an existence form. Craig Seal. That's so bizarre. How did you even come up with that? That is the most bizarre question. If your mind or brain were an island, what would it look like? I don't know, a sandwich?
It'd be like a foot.
Yeah,
I like Italy. Because all others, others are all like amorphous blobs, whereas at least Italy's so recognisable as a boot.
I think I would go for mine would be a lightning bolt.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. What thing do you like that most people don't? Marmite.
Yeah, I like Marmite as well.
Lovely.
Stouts as well, like those kind of really dark beers that most people like. Yeah. Beetroot.
Marmite. I love beetroot.
We like all the same things.
Yeah. I love beetroot.
We were meant to be together.
I used to eat beetroot out the jar just as a kid.
Same. My nan and granddad used to grow beetroot in the back garden and pickle it all. So we had there'd be times where there'd just be fucking jars of beetroot.
It's a superfood.
Yeah.
Do you know I did my
makes your poo purple as well.
Yeah, it's super dyes everything, but it's actually superfood. It's massively antioxidant, so it's really good for you, and it's actually better pickled because it doesn't oxidize. So the god damn it, I should remember the name of the antioxidants in it, because this is what I did my final study on in my degree.
Yeah,
I studied beetroots. I did 24-hour titrations of them to
separate them out. That's what Jake did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he did for his degree. He did beetroots.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he mathematically adjust his equation curves to make sure that the results are correct?
I don't know, but all I know is it makes your poo purple, and that's the most important factor of it.
It tastes good, it makes your poo fun, and it's good for you. So eat beetroot, people.
Yeah, and when you have it, don't worry, you're not shitting blood.
No, yeah, that is actually,
People panic about that.
Yeah, if you eat a lot of beetroot. There's something else that does that as well, but I can't think what it is. And people eat a lot of it and then really panic when they see the bowl splattered a circle. Oh dear. What are your thoughts on GH secretogens like MK677? Well, we've discussed this before about them and looked into them deeply, and they don't seem to have any real negative effects if run at a lower dosage. The problem is that I think what you see with them is they're offered in 20 milligram capsules and you only need 10 milligrams at a time. That's my only issue with the way some companies are providing them.
Yeah, I've seen some stuff on More Plates, More Date's channel that talks about something about insulin resistance if you use it for a long period of time, because what it does is those secretagogues, so the growth hormone kind of effects come from ghrelin. It's like a byproduct of ghrelin.
Will make you. Here's one thing: it will make you fucking hungry.
Yeah,
ghrelin is basically the hunger signaler.
Yeah.
So if you have an appetite and you take one of these secretogens, prepare to be stopping yourself munching through the house.
Yeah. So I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's a constant thing and it'll affect everybody, or whether it just affects you if you use a lot of it or whatever else. But
it's got to be a build up over time, surely.
I guess it's the same as anything. If you blitz dog shit carby food all the time, then you're going to have insulin resistance over time. So I imagine it probably works in a similar way to just having a very unhealthy bulk.
Yeah, so if people don't know, the secretogens, they don't work on a hormonal level, as in you're not putting an exogenous hormone into your body, but what you are doing is putting a signaling agent into your body to force your body to release more natural growth hormone, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's how it kind of that's the mechanism in which
that
it works.
I remembered now. So this other guy who does like a podcast with Derek from More Plates, More Dates, Vigorous Steve.
No, I love that guy.
Yeah, and he was saying basically, so when growth hormone's released naturally, you kind of have just like random pulses of it throughout the day. I don't know, like this isn't an area of specialty for me. So like, so you get like you get like certain like pulses where your growth hormone will spike and then it'll taper off and then it'll spike at certain times. Whereas when you take a secretagogue, like basically you constantly have like increased levels, which that's what causes the insulin resistance because you have like permanently raised levels opposed to the natural kind of peaks and troughs that should occur.
From what I've researched about it, I think you can run it for 20 weeks quite safely.
Right.
Quite an extended period of time. And then you come off it for a third of the time that you were running it, and then you can go and do it that way. But it is more of a longevity kind of thing. You can run it for longer if you run it at the lower dose.
I think as well, like that's something that I guess it's the same with I imagine it'd be the same as a secretagogue as if you were like injecting growth hormone.
No, because that's exogenous.
Yes, but I know, but like what I mean is, when people take it when they're using anabolics, the like people that take growth hormone aren't gonna like have increased muscle mass or other things like that unless they're taking kind of testosterone as well. So they work synergistically.
Well,
but at like growth hormone on its own isn't really like a performance.
No, well, the problem with that is what? Well, here's the thing. So growth hormone, if people are taking that as an exogenous hormone, actually creates new muscle fibers.
Yeah.
When people take steroids, no new muscle fibers are created, but the muscle fibers that exist are made larger.
Yeah.
The reason it actually makes you more muscular in terms of bodybuilder style, and you take growth hormone with the steroids, when you take a growth hormone, the body creates new muscle fibers, but they're baby fibers, they're unused, they're fresh, they're newbies, so they're tiny. So it will take, if you were to just take growth hormone, you would then have to build those muscle fibers up over years of training again, just like when you started years of training from newbie growth. When people take growth hormone with anabolics, it speeds up the rate at which those new fibers develop into larger fibers. So that's why they see the benefit. People who take growth hormone straight will still see a benefit, but not for at least 12 months.
Got you.
Which is why people stop it after about 6 to 12 months, saying, oh, I've not seen anything going on. Go on an anabolic and then suddenly look insanely dense in that like 16 months down the line, because that anabolic has now made those new baby fibers that they actually did develop taking the growth hormone to come to fruition. So it's like a time delay. It's like a time delay thing.
Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense.
There's so many flies coming in here now because we've got the window open to keep the camera cool.
And we've got like bright lights
big,
on
bright ass lights. There's so many folks in here. Oh my God, look in the corner over there. Oh, sugar bones. I think we might need to shut the window.
Fuck.
Oh my God, hundreds.
There is so many flies in this room.
My eyes hadn't even focused, but when you focus, it's like, when you look at the sky to see the stars, and then you suddenly focus and can see them all. There are hundreds.
I'm going to close the window.
Close that window. Close the window. So there you go, secretogens. MK677. Do you research it? It's still a serious thing to consider, just because it's not really a negative like you were to take a SARM. It still does have its downsides if you were to run it for too long or run it too high or have a bad diet and training whilst taking it. So be careful. But it is, in my opinion, probably one of the future things for people to be able to take to stop people having to do, dangerous anabolics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do think it's a step forward in that more health conscious style of taking something that is a boost, a genuine boost. Can the lads sing? In the shower, yeah, no problem. Smash it out. Just one cornetto, give it to me.
So the answer is yes.
Delicious ice cream from Italy. I love cornettos. Fancy a cornetto? What's that from? Do you know?
Shaun of the Dead.
Yes, mate. Do you remember that time?
He didn't say those exact words. What was it?
Do you want anything from the corner shop?
Cornetto.
No, cornetto.
That was it.
Do you remember that time we met in Metro Centre Starbucks? I assume that's to me, unless you've been to the Metro Centre in Newcastle.
I have been to the Metro Centre in Newcastle, but I didn't meet anyone in Starbucks.
I vaguely have a recognition of a Starbucks meet in Newcastle, so I don't recall the face, but I do remember the occasion. Yeah. So Glenn G90, kind of do. Who's inspired you most in the last 5 years?
Oh, damn. The last 5 years? You go first, because I need to think.
Well, I was going to use your answer as a thinking point. Who's inspired me in the last 5 years? Honestly, I suppose there's so many avenues. In training-wise, it's a cumulative mix, because we live in a world now where people post something daily. So I take something from everything I see every day. Yeah. So there isn't a specific thing I go back. There really isn't one specific space I go back to all the time for kind of training stuff. I do go across the board, learning things from a lot of people. I couldn't think of any names.
For me, if I had to pinpoint it, and this is something that's a constant, and a lot of people now, because he's
you keep going,
because he's kind of blown up now, people will be like, oh yeah, whatever. But like for me, Conor McGregor, because I've followed the UFC for a very long time. I remember McGregor when he...
Yeah, I suppose, coming from nothing to do what he's done.
Yeah, I remember very early days McGregor, before he gained any traction, before the Aldo fight, before all of that, when it was kind of just him, just as a young up-and-comer, being very promising. And his kind of outlook and his positivity and his kind of...
belief in himself.
His self-belief and positive affirmations. He told himself, he told everyone what he was going to do, and then he made it happen. And he fucking did. And, like, not only did he make it happen, but he was, like, he's the biggest name in combat sports.
Yeah.
Full stop.
I hope he wins his next fight, because if he doesn't, he's done.
Yeah. And, like, and I don't think Conor McGregor is the best fighter in the world. He's a very, very good fighter. But he has his flaws, same as everyone else. Mm-hmm. But Conor McGregor's strongest point was his mindset.
Mental aptitude.
Yeah.
For the fight game.
Yeah, going from where he was at initially to where he has got now... like that, I think if you can't even find that inspiring, if you don't like his personality and his persona, and don't get that this is a persona, this isn't really him, then that's fair enough. But that's not what he puts out there. That's not the real McGregor. No. That is the tool that has got him to where he is.
Yeah, 100%. I think the biggest thing I can say that's helped change my is listening to Alan Watts. And Eckhart Tolle, people like that, people who make you perceive the world in a different way, make you think about everyday life in a different manner, and help separate you from the nonsense. That's been a real difference maker for me, really has. So yeah, they're the main ones in my feature. What movie or... that's a misspell. What movie or... I think it's meant to say action tech. It's put Catian tech. Do you wish was real? I guess he's thinking what movie or like action movie tech do you wish was real? What do I wish was real? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Dude, sick answer.
I'd love to be on a ship.
How cool would that be?
Yeah, fucking love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Imagine meeting Jack Sparrow in real life.
Oh, mate, I would totally drink rum with Jack Sparrow.
But what about the rum?
Why is the rum gone?
Yeah, why is the rum gone?
Yeah. We don't make anywhere near as many Pirates of the Caribbean references as we probably should, drinking the amount of rum that we drink.
Yes, that's true. Let's make a conscious effort to make more.
When Pirates fucking grog comes in, all the references.
The pirates. Yeah. Pirate references are.
That long-term goal, Jack Sparrow as a guest on the podcast. Yeah. Johnny Depp in full character.
Part of the ship, part of the crew. Part of the ship, part of the crew.
That's long-term goal.
What historical event would you like to go back to and relive and see everything that happened?
I'd be thinking like Roman Colosseum kind of time.
Sick gladiatorial times.
Yeah.
Fuck yes.
Yeah. I think like...
oh, fuck yes.
Being brutally honest, I would fit in better in that kind of time period than probably now.
I feel like I would really like the 1920s to 40s, somewhere in that era.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Maybe the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe the 50s, I think. I'd quite like to live, but to just go and watch definitely the Colosseum. Could you imagine? I've been to the Colosseum, and it's awe-inspiring, and it's like ruin.
As it is now, yeah.
Yeah, imagine fucking tigers coming up from the ground whilst two men try to kill each other.
Yeah.
While the crowd's just going mental because they're having bread thrown to them.
Yeah.
Savage.
Yeah. Yeah, 100% would need to experience that kind of crazy Roman fucking lifestyle, orgies and murder.
Oh god, yeah, the orgies.
Yeah.
Added benefits.
What's better than orgies and murder?
And they had spiced wines, which would make you. It's been proven Romans use psychedelics.
Oh, really?
So perfect, fucking brilliant. You could go watch some. You could go watch some animalistic murder, have an orgy, and then trip out, and then that's your day.
Good now.
Sick.
Sounds like a perfect night. That's basically what we got planned later. Yeah. Sorry, Steve.
Oh dear. Oh god, that was a big bash. Sorry to your ears there.
You fucking uppercutted that.
Uppercutted the microphone properly.
Using it as a speed bag. You're like,
I've got crooks. Shut up, Steve. All right. Would you come to drink Pirate's Grog with me if I said there were cigars too? Yes.
Yeah. Well, hold on. It depends how far.
I don't know.
Really,
if it's sunny day and there's a motorbike.
If they're like an hour away.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Too much more than that.
Add in a fire and a night stay over.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. We need some because if we're drinking,
then I'm in.
This might just be for you though. I might be just involving myself.
You need to learn to ride, and then we can do this. Rum or whiskey?
I'll go on a push bike.
Yeah.
I'll be there tomorrow. Days. I'm like a stone lighter.
Someone's asked rum or whiskey. Oh, it's the same. It's Glenn saying I asked about cigars. Rum or whiskey? Yeah, it can't be separated. They're so different. That's like asking grapefruit or apple. You know what I mean? It's like there's horses for courses.
They are very different. I think I do have a bias towards rums over whiskies, although I really like a rum.
I'm a sweet tooth, so I prefer that sweetness a rum can give you. But I love a Tennessee bourbon.
Yeah.
Like, because they've got that honey-esque kind of smoked. Oh.
Yeah. I think, like, as well, because I like a lot of cocktails. And I think the only kind of, like, whiskey cocktail that I'd go for is maybe like an old-fashioned.
What's a dark stormy? Is that whiskey? Or is that rum? I think that's rum.
I'm not sure.
I've only had it a couple of times. It's all right.
Yeah. So, like, I think for me, rum trumps it slightly because of the diversity.
Yes. And you can go in espresso martinis as well. Lovely. One for you both. Any new ink in the pipeline? Yep. Simple answer.
Yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
Plenty. I want to get lots of little bits like live, breathe, little symbols and hieroglyphs on me and stuff.
Yeah.
And then another big piece on my leg.
I've got a shitload planned, but I just haven't moved forward with it. I've got loads of stuff drawn up already, but yeah, just not chased it. We will
actually attempt to get tattooed on the podcast as well.
Like after this, text you guy. We need to actually get moving with this.
We were just because COVID was still doing its little lockdowns.
What are we going to do? We're going to have like a...
I'll message him. We'll find out.
We're going to have...
The branding iron.
CREWCast.
The branding iron Skipton. The branding iron Skipton. Check him out. He's only been going 18 months and he's already just excelling like a crazy person. Yeah. A friend of mine from a long time ago. He was a really good artist. He's very hands-on, like rebuilt the entirety of the internal of his home just by himself, like fully customized staircases. And just, one of those human beings that's just adaptive and artistic. And he started tattooing and within 18 months he's doing like portraits.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
The branding iron Skipton. Check him out.
We're going to do one live on the podcast.
We're going to try and get tattooed on the podcast. Yeah, that's the idea. But I will actually ride over there for a vlog to get a couple of tattoos prior.
Yeah.
So you'll see it from there. Lex, when is the jewelry line going? Jewelry line is in a complete hold because the person I was going to do it with got scared about the volume of what would have to go out, and then we couldn't also get it to a stage where it was delivered to him to finish off in a cost-effective way. These companies were wanting to charge ridiculous amounts of money to have these the pieces made and then dropped in where we would end up tarnishing them and finishing them off ourselves. And it was coming in at a ridiculous price, which means you were having to charge hundreds of pounds per piece. It was like, it's not what I wanted.
Yeah.
I'm always about making something great for a good price that people will buy, enjoy, and love, but they're able to afford it.
Yeah, of course.
I get the whole thing of, making, I don't know. I like giving out joy. You make something that provides you with a living, but also provides other people with something that's worth.
Yeah, it's really hard to strike that balance between making something that's really, really good, because stuff that's really, really good costs money, but making something that's got that balance, but also is not unachievable for people, and finding that sweet spot.
But I knew these people who were doing this like middle work of casting and everything were ripping. It was a rip-off press.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That will be probably looked into in 2022. To be honest with you, I've got the clothing line to get forward with. First.
I know somebody relatively local.
Oh, do you?
I could reach out.
Yes,
we'll talk about it after.
Sweet. Thanks for the question. Opened up a new door. And in done that one. Harley or Honda, you can only keep one. Honda. Because they have all styles of motorbikes, whereas Harley's very limited. And many of the Harleys I wouldn't ride. Whereas most Hondas would have a place. If you wanted a certain bike to do a certain thing, Honda have got them.
Yeah, Harley's, it's in its niche, isn't it?
Yeah.
For me, again, I'm going to say Harley just because I like the look of them and I know very little about bikes. So that's probably why I'm making the stupid decision and going for the really loud, noisy one that's uncomfortable to ride.
Expensive, loud one that's uncomfortable, yeah. But they do look good and they do sound good and they are a joy to be on.
That's pretty much me.
The thing with Harleys is they don't come with a lot of tech.
You missed that, mate.
What?
You said they look good, sound good, enough fun to ride, and I was like, that's pretty much me.
That was quick. I really didn't hear that. The thing with the Harley is, I've learnt this myself when having them, obviously, to ride. I do think they should come with more tech, things like heated grips, better screens for be able to view your speed and speedometer and mileage, all that kind of stuff. But I like the fact that they're not over-teched, because you still ride them and feel them and they're still raw. And I like that fact. I do think that is something that they've maintained very well. And you feel them when you ride them. Yeah. And I like that. Because I've had bikes which are impressive, spec, performance, but not wanting to get on them before, for long periods. I had a BMW, an R1250R, which is like a touring version of the 1250RR. It's got the same engine as a GS in it, but it's a sports touring bike. Couldn't have wanted to get on that bike less. Yeah. And it would do 100 and stupid. It's like second gear, you're at 100 mile an hour. It was fast as fuck. It was smooth. It was just crushed miles like it was nothing. It was comfy to be on. Everything about it was great. Had no soul.
Yeah.
No soul. I honestly went into the garage and would rather get on my 2003 Super Sport Honda. It doesn't even have ABS.
Yeah.
Every time. Because that's the point of having a bike is the joy of riding it.
Yeah.
Which is why when you see a top box wanker riding a bike at 40 miles an hour on a 60 road behind traffic, that fucker ain't riding that bike. He's not living a bike lifestyle.
Yeah.
He's bought that bike because it was sensible for his commute.
Yeah.
And I dislike that person.
Yes. You are also going to hell with the pineapple rum.
Yeah, you're off with the pineapple rum.
Pineapple rum.
Top box wankers. Can you do a YouTube video talking through how to drink, taste whiskey and rum properly? No, because it would be boring as fuck for my audience on YouTube.
It definitely would be. It wouldn't be the most entertaining. What about just doing
it would
like
be
a short?
Too random and short. It'd be too odd. It doesn't fit anything I do. In that terms, it's too specific.
We could maybe you could have that as a little segment of a video, because we are literally before this podcast. I was looking at a place. Where was it now? Shoreditch.
Yeah.
And it looked sick.
It did look sick
for whiskey tasting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna potentially reach out, see what we can do.
We're going deep. Yeah. We're going in on
balls deep. Yeah, we're going to Londinian.
I can definitely tweak it into a video somewhere as like a little end thing, thing, but I'm definitely not doing a dedicated video on it.
No, I think that is a bit. It is a bit.
We're not good enough to do that. We don't know enough. We're still learning.
Maybe that's a part of it though, in terms of from the lay person.
Yeah.
Understanding the basics.
I think we talk it through well enough on here, though, for most people who've started drinking these things neat and straight, which never did before. I've had so many messages about people now enjoying them the way they should be.
Yeah.
So we're doing okay.
We're getting there.
What cigars do you smoke and where do you get them? I don't understand the question of where do you get them.
Yeah.
Just Google shit.
Yeah.
And it's always bizarre to me. I wear a t-shirt. Where's that from? Oh, fucking Google it.
Yeah.
Just find it and buy it. Whoever's selling it the cheapest.
Yeah, because obviously the same.
They're not made by, Artemis from down the road, handcraft. No, they're bought from some mainstream production line.
Yeah, there's a million places to buy them from.
Yeah, cigars. The ones I smoke, the little mini cigars, I get Signature cigars, but I get the blue. I think they're called blue. Yeah, and they're really smooth and delicious, and they're really inoffensive, and they're not even that peppery. They're just really kind of creamy and smooth. They're nice.
Fancy a cigar after this?
Yes, we've got some downstairs, but I also have some Juliet's Romeo. I think they're called Juliet cigars downstairs. But those ones you have to sit and commit to because they're like 15-20 minute smokes, and they're like 10 to 20 pound kind of level cigars.
Right.
So they're a purposeful thing.
Yeah.
Whereas the little signatures are like £6.50 for 10 of them, and they're just little 5-minute burns. So they're really sociable and just fun, just nice tasting. Yeah, I like them. I think they're really cool. And some of the boys from Late Night Legacy bought me some as part of their like gift pack.
Did you see their T-shirt?
Yeah, it's sick, isn't it?
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna get some of those.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, me too.
And immediately cut all the arms off them. But they bought me some which were not Signature, and I can't remember for the life of me what they were. I'll remember for the next podcast. But they were really cool. They were along the same. They're still a mini cigar, but there's a little history on the back of how they're all made, and they're really in depth. Like they give a fuck about the way they're made. Specialist leaf, specialist drying methods, maturing time, rolled in a certain main leaf as the tobacco leaf it's rolled in is a specific choice from a specific zone and area, grown on a specific soil. I was like, that is fucking more. Once I read that, if they were easier for me to get hold of, which I didn't really look into, which I should do, it enticed me to buy that brand more than the Signature ones. So they were cool. Right, so we're getting there. Wow, you guys have had a long podcast. We're getting up to 2 hours. This might be our longest one.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's easy. It's so easy.
Out.
Yeah, we did have a little break. No, because look, active 1 hour 55 minutes of recording.
1 hour 55 and about 5 minutes of video.
We've been here 7 hours. How's the week been? Well, we told you it's all good.
Yeah. Thank you.
What position did you play in rugby, and what team do you support? I only ever supported the Newcastle Falcons because that's where I started to play rugby properly in Newcastle. I don't support anyone anymore because I don't even really watch sports other than fighting and MMA.
Yeah.
But I played. My main position was outside centre, but I did play inside centre and fullback and wing at points.
Wow.
Yeah. My best try was from fullback. I took it from within my own try area, ran around the outside, broke through, and ran it all the way in for a try up the other side.
Nice.
It was a sick one. That was at Gosforth. That was.
Wow.
I remember it to this day because I remember seeing a shocked look on people's faces as I zipped by them.
Yeah.
Like a speed demon. They didn't expect me because I looked quite chunky.
Yeah.
They didn't expect me to be as quick as I was.
Yeah.
Like, zoom. I was like, I only weigh 12 stone. Zoom.
It's like, I've got to run fast because if anyone hits me, I'm going to break.
Yeah, I would just turn to dust. Do you ever play rugby?
Yeah, I played rugby as a kid.
What position do you play?
Hooker.
Of course you did.
Yeah. No, I mean I was a hooker on the streets.
Oh, good end question. Favourite starter, main and dessert?
Oh, fuck.
What a good question.
So some kind of pate to start with.
Oh, yes. Unless there's parsnip soup.
Oh, no. Parsnip soup.
It's delicious.
I don't think I've ever had parsnip soup, but I'm not a fan of parsnips, really. I will eat
do it at Christmas.
I will eat them, but they're probably they're really low down on my vegetable list.
Honey covered parsnips?
No, they're lower down.
Maybe you've just had some bad parsnips.
Don't diss my granddad's parsnips, but
I'm questioning the Pop's parsnips if you don't like them.
I don't know.
Your parsnips, were they droopy and soft?
No,
or were they crispy and delicious?
Crispy, yeah, they were crispy. I love pretty much all veg. Parsnips are just right on the tail end of my veg list, but so I don't think
broccoli above parsnips.
Yeah, I like broccoli.
Wow, don't know if that would be your friend anymore. Parsnips.
Okay,
the other soup.
Do you know
the other soup I really like that I don't like of other stuff in real life?
What?
Potato and leek. I don't like leeks in anything else, but when you have it with potato and leek soup, it's almost a cheesy flavour that comes through.
Yes, it is actually.
It's kind of delicious.
That's a good point. Okay, so we got started. So
I think you went pate and soup. They're the two things I pick.
Yeah.
It depends what I pick for my main as to whether I pick pate or soup. Or my diet phase at the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of factors. Also,
main.
Any kind of like salmon dish, I definitely.
What?
So I love a bit of salmon.
You pay for salmon.
Of course I'll pay for salmon.
But it can only be cooked in like a certain one way. Like it's either good or it's bad.
Yeah, that's what I mean. But if you get some good salmon,
really?
It's amazing.
Really?
Yes, 100%.
I just think it's like, yep, it's decent. But...
Or maybe some like pork belly or something like that, potentially again. What's the matter with you?
What is wrong with you? Can I have the shittest part of the entire pig, please?
Oh, no, you can.
I'd like the bit of wobbly fat with no meat on it, thanks. You weirdo. What is wrong with your taste buds are broken.
Cheers, mate.
The worst part is if we go for a meal and you eat something, I'm not going to want to share.
That's fine.
That's not fine.
I
love a good little bit of... You know when you sit across from each other... And you're
feed
eating
each other across,
and you're fondling each other under the table,
and you have a what is it? What's the film with the dogs that kiss?
Oh, it's Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, we have a Lady in the Tramp moment.
No, but you know when you're across from each other and you've gone somewhere nice and it's like no, and you get something and you cut it and you put it in your mouth and you do this, you just go like it hits you and you just push your plate. You go, try a bit of that. Yeah, and you like you have to like you try a bit of that. Yeah. And the other person gets it on, get on the fork, and it's in their mouth, and they're like, "Oh my god, that's amazing!" And then they go for a second bite, and you stab them with your fork, and you're like, "No,
I said,
try it.
Yeah.
You ain't having none of this.
Yeah. Now you can live with the regret of not eating it.
Yeah, you ordered your side of spinach. Enjoy that.
Yeah,
but I love it when you get that kind of thing at a restaurant. That's why salmon isn't doing that for me.
Really, I love salmon.
Here's something I learned at a restaurant. Went to Gaucho's in Manchester the other day. Mm-hmm. So, you know when you order onions as a side, like pan-fried onions?
Yeah.
With mustard.
All right.
Dude, on a steak? Holy shit.
I've never had that.
Oh, never had it before. Mm-hmm. It was delicious.
Wow.
But I don't order steak as a rule unless I'm out and somebody else is paying for the bill.
It's good rule.
Simply because they're expensive and I eat them too quick.
Yeah, I do enjoy a good steak as well, but yeah, it's so hit and miss as well.
Minimum 30 quid. Minimum 30 quid.
Different places, the level of quality of your steak is going to vary massively.
Huge.
So like, yeah, and also like I used to work away all the time, so then the go-to was just a steak because you knew it was going to be at least a decent sized meal. And like I've fucking eaten a lot of steaks in my life now.
I learned that 400 grams of steak is a lot of steak.
Yeah. It stays in your digestive tract for a long time as well.
So I think, what's your main meal then? What are you going for? You going salmon? You weirdo.
Yeah, I'm going to put salmon on there. Like, fuck it. Why not? YOLO.
If I'm going dirty, do you know what I really love sometimes is a calzone. But a proper chicken cheese stuffed calzone. Like, and I mean like, don't skimp on the chicken, bitches. I want a meat feast inside that calzone.
I love a calzone, actually.
But other than that, I do enjoy
a calzone is basically like an overdone pizza that they just folded in half.
Yeah, but you get more.
Yeah, they're just like, we've got some extra toppings. We're going to fire a bit more on and fold it.
You get a good one. Yeah. Hard to beat. Also, for a starter, hummus. With a hummus with paprika in it. Do you know I had one the other day? Oh my god, where was it? It was at Canal Street in Manchester that my mum took me to because apparently she wants to try and hook me up with all of the men in Manchester. I got hit on so much.
Of course.
One of them was a drag queen, and I contemplated it.
Yeah.
I thought,
you're a gorgeous
days. He was funny. He was hilarious. He was on a microphone outside entertaining everybody, and I was walking through with my mum. And then I walked past him, and he gave me like a wry smile. I was like, kind of. And then all I heard from behind was this down the microphone through the speakers. He was basically walking behind me, just going. I turned around, and he just went, "So where are we going?" I was like, "I like you. Yeah. I like you." I was like, "Off to my mum's." He went, "Off to mum's we go." He's like just following me down the street until I got to the road. It was hilarious. Nice. He was in this giant green glittery wig and this striped top. Yeah, funny. It's like, you know, when you Bugs Bunny dresses.
Is he still downstairs?
That's Steve, who we've tied up.
Oh, right. Makes sense now.
It's all coming together.
Yeah.
I haven't picked my main. This is what I'm like actually at a restaurant as well.
Are you one of those
You're
guys?
down to desserts and I'm still deciding.
You're just there like, the guy who's
looking
there,
at
like,
everybody else's meal on their tables.
Taking the order there, like.
Yeah, he's sat there going, "I'm definitely spitting in it. No matter what you pick, I'm spitting in it."
Yeah. Whatever you pick, it's gonna be shit.
So I did pick. I did pick chicken chicken wrapped in Parma ham. Papped in Parma ham. And it was delicious.
That rum's kicking in now.
Yeah, it really is. It's going to my feet. I can feel it.
It seems like it's going to your mouth as well.
Going everywhere. And I don't know. I wouldn't really pick that regularly. My main thing that I love going out for, is a really good Sunday roast where they don't skimp on the beef.
Yeah.
Because a good crispy Yorkshire pudding, the parsnips, apple sauce, the little pigs in blankets, the whole thing, basically a Christmas meal. It's not Christmas.
Yeah, to be fair, that sounds pretty fucking good.
It's delicious.
Have we got dessert as well?
So dessert, I'm always going with pretty much either chocolate, the brownie, or if they have it, crumble.
Oh, I love a good crumble.
I love crumble. If it's rhubarb,
crumble,
no other question. It's going in my face.
Yeah, to be fair, rhubarb crumble's amazing.
Yeah.
I'd probably have to lean towards some form of a cheesecake.
Yeah, but I baked vanilla cheesecake with a jus on the top, a berry jus.
A jus.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Lemon meringue pie, but very hit and miss, so you risk it with a lemon meringue.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can get like a cheapy, crappy lemon meringue, and then you're really going to
just get ones that are overly sweet.
Yeah.
I want the zest and the tang. Yes. I don't want a load of just
artificialness.
Meringue marshmallow on the top.
No.
I want that zesty
I would agree. I'm gonna go for a cheesecake because I fucking love a cheesecake.
See, now I'd get the crumble and share half and half with you on the
cheesecake. Yeah,
no,
I'd go with that too.
Yeah, job's a good one.
There we go. Okay, at least we can agree on dessert.
And the big starter, we've got on the starter with the hummus and something between us.
Yeah. Okay.
We could go pate and hummus at the beginning.
Yeah.
It's just on the mains where you don't want to share.
Yeah.
We can enjoy it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Perfect relationship.
When are we getting married? Or are
we don't agree on it.
We don't agree on that.
Well, there we go. So you guys have had roughly 2 hours of our nonsensical wonderness today. That was good. I feel really good. I was knackered before we started this, and I feel really good now.
Yeah. Should we just wrap up just like reiterating with the giveaway?
Oh, yeah. So because we're awesome and we appreciate you guys, we have got you a limited edition, 1 of 300, only ever to be made, never to be made again.
Yeah.
Burning Barn, beer barrel finished vanilla rum to give away to you guys.
Well, this is technically, out of the 300, there's only 3 of them that have been sealed and signed by us.
We have actually sealed this ourselves, bottled it ourselves, and we have signed the label.
This will be the one. If you're watching, this is the one that you'll be getting.
Yep. There you
Full
go.
bottle, not the one that we've already been drinking.
The camera has not overheated again since. I thought maybe it was the battery might have been an issue. But now it's like either that or it's gained confidence.
Yeah.
It believes in itself now.
Yeah, it's like, I can do this, guys.
I can do
You can
I'm
keep
with
me
you.
around. You can keep me
I'm
around.
with you, man. Yeah. You don't need that big bitch back. I don't want no big bitch.
So,
so the rules of the show were, enter yourselves to be able to win the bottle of rum, and the same is going to be going for the Pirates Grog later as well in the coming weeks. You need to be following us on the CREWCast YouTube channel. Subscribe to the CREWCast YouTube channel. The links for all this will be in the description. So click on the link. It'll take you through. It'll say subscribe. As soon as you click on it and you say, yes, thank you very much. And then also follow the CREWCast on Spotify and iTunes, because we will be looking across all 3 platforms as to where to pick the winner.
So, the more, if you subscribe across
increase
all
your
of them,
opportunities
more
by
chances.
going across them.
But you're also going to do a post on Monday, so that'll be the day that this comes out.
Yeah,
with all the details there.
Insta stories again if you're confused at all, and there'll be swipe ups on the Insta stories for you to enter.
Yeah. So super rare limited edition.
Stay tuned to be able to win more. Probably next.
Is this going to be worldwide? Are we going to ship this out?
Oh, I don't know.
Fuck it.
Yeah, it's their problem.
Yeah.
It's not their fault. It's our problem.
Yeah, but, okay. Worldwide shipping's not going to be that expensive for it. We're doing it. We'll do it worldwide. We'll go halves on the shipping cost. How much?
How can you ship it to the North Pole?
I will walk it there. I'll get my push bike out. I'll see you in a year.
Yes, we're committed. We will commit to you guys as long as you commit to us, which you have been doing, and we appreciate it. So this is our first little bit of thank yous back to you, and we intend to do more and more and bigger as we go.
Yeah.
So have a great Monday, guys. It is your week to make it your week. Make your own energy. Fuck anybody that's trying to drag you down, give you any negativity, piss on the flames of your fire. Ignore them, move forward, move past them. And,
do a big purple poo on them.
Go eat a lot of beetroot. Eat a giant purple poo and feel great. Make your energy. Have a great Monday.
Eat a purple poo.
Eat a purple poo. We'll see you in the next one. Toodle pip.